Whew, is this mic working? All right, I'm doing something a little bit different today. I normally I normally do my live streams very early in the wee hours of the morning when normal people are still in a bed sleep. So I thought I'd try something different today and do my morning ride, make the morning ride the actual afternoon ride with Faith and talk about some things that's on my mind. And the last stream that I did, I think it was yesterday, early in the morning, I was talking about a little bit about high value men and low value women. And I want to go a little bit more into that, a little bit deeper, because I've been watching Kevin Samuels, been on his live stream. Now he has a really good channel. I can't hate on that brother at all. What up, Q Savage? Good afternoon. Yeah, I can't really hate on the brother. I can hate on him, but I can't hate on him like I want to hate on him because he has a hell of a channel. I mean, he is really knocking it out the box. He's got my attention for sure because one thing is for sure, the channel ain't good unless Faith keep going back to it and Faith back over there all the time because he got some pretty hot topics. I have to give it to him. The conversation is titillating. Okay, even though I may not agree with everything that he says, it's titillating, being over there. So I like how he does things. And, even though sometimes I kind of think he drags the women that come on his show, I don't understand why they go on there. But there's a sucker born every minute. That's all I got to say. But be that as it may, he did a show not too long ago, and I mentioned it in my other broadcast, where he had Crystal and Kerrison actually called in, and I was really shocked. He gave her a wrench for protection. About that wrench for protection. See, there was a certain other YouTuber that I had gotten into fisticuffs with on here that tried to insinuate that I was part of the manosphere because on certain manosphere panels, I had a wrench. And I tried to tell Dingaling Head, Dingleberry Head, that, yes, sometimes the men of the manosphere will give women wrenches that they deem fit to have a wrench to protect them from the men in the chat room that keep timing us out. Not that we're part of the manosphere or anything like that, but our reputations precede us. So a lot of the guys didn't like us. So this was the case with Crystal and Kerrison. Once again, that she is the number one head swirler here in these black YouTube streets. So a lot of the guys didn't like her being up on Kevin Samuels' channel. So, she was catching a lot of heat in the chat, getting timed out and whatnot. So Kevin Samuels, for her protection, gave her a wrench. Just thought I would go through that again because, some people seem not to understand how that goes. What's up, Vegas girl and pretty black magic? So at any rate, I was listening to Kevin Samuels and he was going through his spiel about what's a high value woman and what's a high value man. And I think yesterday he talked about single mothers and whether or not single mothers could actually get the bag or find a high value man. And so hence, this is why I'm here today talking about water seeking at its own level. Because see, I get so sick and tired of the narrative being one-sided. And it's always a one-sided narrative when it comes to the women. Whenever black men talk about black women and what our worth is, they always, always, always talk about the fact that 80% of black women are obese or just, a little overweight, according to the white man's BMI chart. Okay, I give them that. This is a fact. I'm not even going to try to talk that down because you can easily Google that and find that that is a fact. Okay, so no excuses. Hey, I got my overweight behind out here walking every day trying to lose weight. So it is what it is, right? So they're saying that because so many black women have babies out of wedlock, so many black women are obese and overweight, so many black women have bad attitudes. These are the main three. These are the top three complaints, ladies. So if you want to know what the top three complaints that the so-called high value men have, according to Kevin Samuels, it is our attitudes, our weight, okay, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, and the having children out of wedlock. Okay, now I could throw hair weave up there, but that one's kind of give or take. There you got some men that care, and you got some men that don't care. But the hair weave thing is, that's up for grabs, so to speak. Pretty Black says, I hate that food. I'd never go to his show. Girl, I went there. I ain't gonna lie. I even subscribed to get the notifications. That's how damn good he is. I am not gonna sit up here and pretend that I don't be up there hanging out like a little bad, listening, because I be listening my ass off. Okay, he has some good shit. Pretty Black Magic says, Faith, white men never do that to their women or the other ethnic groups. Well, here's the thing. They kind of do, but they do it in a different way. See, white men and other races of men, they're not really loud about their preferences. They just simply ignore the women that they don't desire. They just ignore them. Black men, on the other hand, not having the ability to, effect any change or have power or anything like that, they tend to act like little bitches and they use their mouths. So they got to, whine and cry and let everybody know and throw a tantrum. So, there's differences. Like white men and other groups of men, they have their ways of letting their women know what their, preferences are, but they don't do it in quite the same way. They just simply, ignore, ignore, and they don't date, they don't marry, they don't extend marriage proposals to women that they don't desire. So I can't say that other groups of men don't do it. They just have a different way of communicating. Pretty Black also says these niggas stress the sisters out and they overeat from depression and were treated by the whole world. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we do, but at the same time, white men stress the hell out of white women too. But white women also know that they can't get a replacement for that food that's stressing them out if they are, making themselves unattractive. So black women, we have to find a better strategy to deal with how these foods treat us. And I think we need to take notes from some of these other groups of women and how they handle it. And they definitely don't handle it by overeating and making themselves more unattractive so they can't get anybody better. I'm just saying. Pretty Black Magic says, yeah, Faith, you're a smart lady and you know how to challenge him. I know why you challenge him. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I am considered a smaller YouTuber. So I don't think that Mr. Samuels will ever allow me to go onto his program and really, really speak my mind like I would really like to. Because there are some things that I really like to challenge, a lot of things I really like to question. And it would be a definite back and forth. It would not be a collaboration at all. It would be a discussion, but it would be a back and forth for sure. But getting back to the nitty gritty of what I was saying here, because I find this guy to be so entertaining. Oh my goodness. And I'm learning a lot from listening to his little rhetoric that he's throwing out there. And I can't say that 100% of what he's saying is wrong. Okay. And see, and this is where, I feel like I can kind of counter a lot of his stuff because I don't totally disagree with him, but there's some things that, you have to really look at, like the number situation. And see, he falls into the same category as every other black man when he uses the numbers to kind of how can I say, he uses the numbers against black women, and he only uses the numbers that are disfavorable, rather than also, looking at the numbers that are also disfavorable in the black man's category. And I see his trick. I see what he's doing. It's quite funny, actually. And then he only brings the women on that he knows isn't going to challenge what he's saying in that way. And see, I have a different perspective on his whole 80-20, rhetoric, with 80% of the black women, being obese and wanting 20% of the upper class of black men, and how they can't go anywhere else and all this other stuff. And we're just how did he say, we are entitled. We have an entitlement mentality. And a lot of black men say this. This is just isn't Kevin that says this. A lot of black men say that black women are entitled. And to a certain degree, I can sort of agree with what he's saying, because water does seek at his own level, like I've been saying. But here's the thing, that 80% of black women that are overweight or obese matches, get this, listen carefully to what I'm saying, that 80% of black women who are overweight or obese matches the 80% of black men who are not high quality men. And see, this is where the disingenuousness lies. Because now you're encouraging the other 80% of black women to get like the 20% of black women who are in shape and who are, according to high value men's standards, high value women. Okay, that would be 20% of black women, right? According to them. And the other 80% don't qualify. Well, the same way that 20% of black men are actually high value men, the other 80% of black men don't qualify as high value men. So that means that the other 80% of black men are just regular Joe Schmoes or bums. Hold on, is this thing on? I said that means that the other 80% of black men are either regular Joe Schmoes or bums. And so when you put the 80% of black men that are not motivated to be anything other than regular Joe Schmoes or bums with the 80% of black women who are not motivated to work out, I say you got a match. Water seeks at its own levels. But see, Kevin Samuels do not discuss this on his channel. He doesn't say anything about the black men that ain't making the cut, and how they have a direct correlation to the black women that they claim ain't making the cut. There's an issue on both sides, and I keep telling black men that your women are a reflection of you. Yes, your women are a reflection of you. Because see, as I stated in my last broadcast, I stated that majority of white women are, in decent shape. They're in pretty decent shape, even though there are quite a few of them that's going over into the obese lane too, quickly, fast, right along with their men. White men tend to be more out of shape than any other man in this country. But white men tend to have that bag. So now let's look at the correlation here. You have more high value white men, and you have more in shape white women. What is the correlation? The women are a reflection of their men. And I said it the last time I was on here. Think about it. How many of you will feel motivated to get up at 2 a.m. every morning go jogging, do squats, and eat a plant-based diet for the security guard that makes $15 an hour at Ford City Mall. How many of you would do that? I don't think many of us would, right? How many of you have fathers that, pretty much set you up where you can focus on your femininity, you and your mother and your grandmother too, because he put you in a nice big old house. You can work if you want to or not work because daddy has taken care of it already. And so therefore, guess what? Hey, I'm sorry, Water Sniper. I got to give the white man and the white woman credit today. Y'all gonna hate me. And it's better that you hate me now than be ignorant later. It's better that you hate me now than be ignorant later. Because I'm gonna set it all up for y'all, what I mean. Because see, you think y'all too busy fixated on she praising Becky, she praising the white man. Yeah. Today, I have to give them their kudos because they set it up just right. Because Becky can focus on her femininity from even a child to a woman because daddy done set it up that way. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting phone calls and people can't reach me on my regular phone. Now they calling me on Facebook. So now compare that to the 80% of black men that are not motivated, ain't set they women up for nothing. They women is out working all day, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, sometimes 14-hour days, trying to help him provide for the family and keep a roof over the kids' heads. When your women got time to focus on their femininity, with 80% of the black men not motivated to build anything and make it so that we got time to do that. See, I'm not making any excuses. I'm just telling you how Becky is able to be so goddamn into her fitness like that. Because see, she got the luxury of being able to wake up at 2 a.m. when she ain't got nowhere to be at 9 a.m. Pretty Black Magic says, yes, Faith, Becky is on a soft cushion and black women have splinters in her hands with no help and still get mistreated. Exactly. And see, this is what the Kevin Samuels are not saying. And see, I bet you, if a Faith got on Kevin Samuels' channel and I tried to have this conversation with him, he would put his music on, he would mute my mic and do all of the manosphere tricks that the manosphere, how can I say, cowards do when they are dealing with real women that are really going to take them to task on the real issues. You know it, and I know it. What's up, Sister George? Water Sniper, you got a Becky experience? What's going on? Where Water Sniper at? Water Sniper over here. He don't want you to say nothing about his Becky. Leave Becky alone. Hey, raining woman. What's up, y'all? So hold on. I didn't want to make this a long video, but if y'all want me to, I can drop the link. If anybody has anything to say on this subject, you are more than welcome to do so. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can remember how to post a link. I ain't posted a link in so long, y'all. And now, you know what? I saw that StreamYard is now allowing you to have up to 10 people on the panel. I think that is so cool. I had no idea that you could have this many people on there. I first realized it when I went on Sister George's panel that day, and I was like, who are all these niggas up here on this panel? Too many niggas, too many niggas. But yeah, you can actually. Wait a minute, did I do that right? Okay, yeah, I see it down there. So okay. Just drop the link down there just in case anybody has something to say on this subject. Because, like I said, I have been listening to Mr. Samuels. And like I said, he has a great platform. I mean, he got his stuff together. It's really, really elegant, classy. You know, I like being in there. He has great taste in music. But his commentary, y'all, there's so many holes in the man's argument. I'm just sitting here taking notes, listening to him, taking notes, and picking all that shit apart. And it's real easy. It's not hard at all. Pretty Black Message says, uh-oh, Becky has a maid. Minnie don't have to work. She can homeschool her kids. Aunt Jemima used to clean Whitey's home. Now she has Maria to do it. I have to work, no maid to cook or clean for me. Exactly. Exactly. And see, this is what black men don't get when they're sitting up here criticizing. They got so much smoke, they got so much criticism for the black woman. But see, they want us to understand, though, about their plight and their situation where they're not high earners, where they're not out here competing. Now, collectively, black people as a whole in this country, we make up roughly about maybe 13-14% of this United States population. But we only own less than 3% of the businesses. And majority of the businesses that we do own are owned by black women. Black men remain highly unmotivated to own or do anything. So now you're looking at black men telling black women what we need to do to get high value men, right? So let's just put this into perspective, because hey, it don't cost nothing to eat better. It don't cost nothing to exercise, okay? So black women, we can all collectively get together and call their bluff and get our bodies together. We can get our shit together, get our shapes and stuff together. We can go ahead and call their bluff and do that, because it don't cost nothing to do it, right? And then what's gonna happen when we get our shit together? There's Tyrone that work at Ford City Mall making $15 an hour. Now I don't work my ass off, got down to a size 6, okay, did everything that I'm supposed to do, and 80% of the black men is Tyrone, the mall cop. So now I got to go upward and compete with the 20%, compete for the 20% of black men upwardly. Now imagine if all 80% of black women did that, and there's already a 3-to-1 man shortage. How many of us gonna be playing this musical chair, dancing around this musical chair for that 20%? So as Crystal and Carrison had been telling us, some of us gonna have to date out if that ever happens, right? Because ain't none of us gonna want Tyrone making $15 an hour at the Quick Trip. See, this is what the Kevin Samuels of the world don't look at. You're sitting up here telling black women that we need to be black men's motivation. How about look at that the other way around? How come black men can't be black women's motivation? Because see, I wouldn't feel motivated to get in shape for Tyrone that work at Quick Trip making $15 an hour. Let me see what y'all saying down here. Rainy Woman says, I don't think that black women should own fitness equipment at home, though. I don't know, because of this Rona raining, I've had to buy quite a few pieces of fitness equipment. Oh my God, this new guy that I'm talking to is blowing up my phone. Now he's sending me text messages talking about something. You don't want to talk to me? I can't be on a live stream for 10 seconds. God damn. Hold on, let me send him a quick note, letting him know, because he think I'm ghosting him or something. The hell, that's like 10 phone calls back to back. Okay, now let me see who is this. Oh no, that's she's referencing Water Sniper. Pretty Black says, yes, Rainy Woman, but you have to eat healthier too. Use the equipment. Many I know have a treadmill and never use it. Oh, you got a video of your ex's, Water Sniper? Okay, well I'm on this cell phone. I have to access this from God damn it, Darnay, would you stop calling me? I hit the button like 50, 11 times. Huh, that means I'm doing something. All right, what was that? Oh, okay. You said we should have exercise equipment at home. Okay, I misunderstood. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I think that we should have exercise equipment at home too, to be honest with you. But you know what? Now my fitness equipment is actually used. I mean, I use it every day. I got my cowbell, which I use to do my squats with. And I got this piece of equipment that I just got. It's like something that I saw on the internet, but it's called Wonder Arms, and it's like this piece of plastic equipment that has these resistance bands, and it's supposed to work your biceps, your triceps, and your shoulders. And so I've been using that because I'm used to the equipment at the gym, but hey, and I don't have the money like everybody's in the money to get that total gym equipment or whatever. So I came up off the $27 for that, and it seems to work pretty good. My only thing about it is whereas I'm pretty weak when it comes to cardio stuff. Like my stamina needs a lot of work. You know, I can't really run for too long. I can run now, but I can't run for too long. So I'm building up my stamina. But I'm strong than a motherfucker. Cause I'm gonna tell you that Wonder Arms, those resistance bands do nothing for me. I need more resistance. I've got to have probably maybe about 45, 50 pounds more. My arms are strong as hell. I don't know how the hell my arms are so strong. Wow, Radiant Woman, you're small. How tall are you? 120 pounds? I want to get down to maybe, I don't want to get too small. I'm down to, I was at 215. I'm down to 190. And but my weight keeps going back up and down. I ain't gonna lie. I have not been consistent. Because I'll lose 20 pounds, and then next thing I know, I'll been and gained it back. So I want to get down to like maybe 155, maybe 155, 160 would be my thing. And I want to have like no more than 10 or 15% body fat. I can deal with just 10 or 15%. You're short. Aww. Now, see, I'm a little bit taller than average height for a woman. I'm 5'7", so I'm just a little bit taller than average height for a woman. So I'm 5'7", 190. Yeah, that's what I said, Water Sniper. Dang, barely 5 feet. But you know what? Short women are so cute. I sometimes I wish I was shorter. I don't want to be under 5 feet, but I would want to be like maybe 5'2" or 5'3". I think short women are so cute. Sometimes I don't like being tall. I'm 5'7", and 5'7" really isn't that tall. I'm like in the middle. I'm like in between tall and short. Like I could date a guy my height or just a little bit taller than me. But at the same time, don't no woman want no guy shorter than her. But I can definitely deal with a guy that's like 5'8" or 5'7". Yeah, so I did the thing about Kevin Samuels because like I said, I see the dangerous rhetoric that he's putting out here. He talked about single mothers, and here's a little thing that I feel about the whole thing about single mothers, because there's a rhetoric going around here that 70% of black women are single mothers. And see, once again, this is black women, I'm sorry, black men skewing the numbers because they don't expect black women to understand how statistics work. They don't expect black women to do the research on their own. It is not 70% of black women who are single mothers. Okay, 54% of black women are single mothers. 70% of our children live in single parent households. And single parent households also include single fathers and other types of parents besides single mothers. And see, this is where black men, once again, are a little disingenuous when they are quoting these statistics to black women. Raining Woman says, no, don't go with the short women are so cute like that. Reminds me of one of my fellow soldiers. Always wanted me to sit on her shelf like a doll. But you guys are, you're so cute. Y'all, you guys are like little dolls, especially if you're only 120 pounds. Raining Woman, do you know I could pick you up and carry you? I could. I could pick you up and put you on my shoulder and carry you like a little pukey doll. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. Focus 385 says you can also do calisthenics and use your body weight to work out. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing mostly push-ups, sit-ups. I do you can also, if doing floor push-ups are too hard, what I normally do is I do wall push-ups. And that works pretty darn good. I wish he would stop calling me. Damn, I'm gonna block him. He's gonna make me block him. And I like him too. I really do. Okay, so you guys are talking about amongst yourselves, but I just wanted to know, what do you guys think about the whole single mothers can't get high value men thing? Do you guys agree with Kevin Samuels that is going to be a rough road to toe for single mothers to get a high value man? Because I'm going to tell you what I personally think, and it may actually hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I don't disagree with Mr. Kevin Samuels when he says this. And here's why. Because, see, now, even though I'm widowed, I was a baby mama first. Okay. I had one child out of wedlock before I met my husband. The rest of our children are in wedlock. Okay. And even after my husband passed, it was extremely difficult to meet high value men to date a woman with 4 children, whether it was all the children in wedlock or not. Because when men meet you and they see you with your children, they don't know whether you've been married or divorced or widowed or whatever. So they just don't want to deal with it. So it is a very hard road to toe. Now, I will say, along the lines of water seeking at its own levels, water does definitely seek at its own levels, because what I've had to do is I had to date men who were in similar situations that I'm in, that may have a hard time or difficult time finding women who are childless to date. Brainy Woman says, hell no, I disagree. It depends on the quality of the woman. Exactly. Now, if you are a quality woman, you can still be a quality woman and have children. But here's the thing. Even if you're a quality woman, if you're a divorcee or widow with 4 children, and you happen to come across a man you're close to your age or a little bit older, but he doesn't have children, what would make this high value man choose you over a woman that doesn't have children? Because whether we like to think of it that way or not, our children are considered baggage to men. We love our children, but this man coming into our life, he doesn't know our children the way we do. So if he's a high value man, he's making 6 figures or upwards into like close to 250,000 a year. He's going to have so many options, so many. And a lot of those options are going to be women who are not carrying the same baggage that you're carrying. So, as women, we do have to be honest with ourselves about that. So, yeah, I do agree. Not that we can't. There are some exceptions to the rule. There are some women who have managed to pull high value men and have children. But, not many. I have to say, I do agree. Not many. And then also, look at the number of baby mothers out here that aren't exactly, keeping themselves up and etc. So, when you keep adding on the minuses, the takeaways kind of, does, bring down the value. And here's the thing, knowing your worth means that you have to know what level of dating you're on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I know going out here into this dating field that there's going to be some challenges that I'm going to have with finding a man that I want, that I consider to be high caliber. So I've had to actually find guys that are, similarly yoked on my level. Seriously, that's what I've had to do. So if you're a single mother, you're probably going to be looking at a single father type thing. But you don't want to just get any single father, because there are plenty of Pookie and Ray Rays out here that are single fathers. But you want to find a single father that has his shit together. He might have also been a divorcee or whatever, what have you. So there are quality men that may fall into that category that fits at your level. Like I said, water seeking at his own level. This guy is sending me so many text messages. I'm really believing that he's fatal attract. What is this text message? He says, "You are not talking to me." But I'm just, this is the stuff right here. This is why I don't mind being single. This is why. This right here is why I don't mind being single. Yeah, I do not want to go back to the whole having to answer to nobody because of this right here. But anyway, I done got taken off of what I was talking about. That's just preference. If he doesn't want to date, marry a woman with children, that's about him, not her. Exactly. But here's the thing. What if majority of the high value men have this preference and said this is what the Kevin Samuels of the world are telling black women? They're saying that a lot of high value men have the preference that their women, be in shape, that their women be young, and that their women not have a whole bunch of children. As a matter of fact, they would prefer she not have any at all. So this is the message, and this isn't just Kevin Samuels. I've heard other black men saying this too, that call themselves high value. Now, whether they're really high value or not, because this is the internet. Everybody makes 6 figures on the internet. Have you ghosted him for days, Faith? Why is he questioning you? So, girl, I just got through talking to him. We FaceTime and everything, girl. I don't know. Like I said, he might have to go on the ghost list though, because he's starting to get on my nerve. Water Sniper says, ladies, do women look at men in disgust or nasty the same way men look at women for being with a certain amount of men? Okay, so you're asking the women. Okay, Water Sniper has asked a valid question here to the women. He says, ladies, do women look at men in disgust or nasty the same way men look at women for being with a certain amount of men? And I would say absolutely not. There's a double standard. Men could have sex with a whole cheerleading squad and still marry the president's daughter. Women do not care. All we want is a man. Men are not slut shamed or any of the things that women are. But here's the thing. Now, women will slut shame women for opening their legs and sleeping with a lot of men, but they beg for hoes. And this is something that I have never understood. And shout out to George Macon too, because he spoke about this yesterday on his channel. He spoke about this yesterday on his channel when he was telling black men, how can you sit up here and be hoes yourself and then turn around and demean the women when the women are out here doing the same thing you do? And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense in a world where people were not crazy. But in this online world, black men go to OnlyFans and they give women hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a day to be hoes on camera. But then they turn around and they go to different forums and act as if they don't like hoes. Can anybody make that make sense? They over there making it rain on OnlyFans for the hoes. Then they leave OnlyFans and then come to the manosphere and act like they don't like hoes. So yeah, the hypocrisy is at an all-time high. But I have also heard black men in the manosphere say that black women who are baby mamas are good practice. So they call themselves using you as a starter chick for practice. You're not to be taken seriously for marriage or any type of serious commitment. This is what I'm hearing. So with this type of thinking out there, and with the so-called high value men claiming that, you know, they want perfection because their wallets dictate so, I would have to say it's going to be a tough road to toe for a woman that has children, if this is the actual mentality that's out here in the world. Now, outside of YouTube, I don't really see that. I'm just going to be honest. What's up, Doug? See what y'all in here saying. Who is this? Beretta Ballerina says, personally, I don't see Kevin S as high value. He's actually very low value to me because of how he treats people. Yes, you know, and this is exactly what I'm getting at, because like I'm seeing the women, you know, if they're watching his show, like I'm watching his show, and it don't really take long to find out a person's pattern and how they're doing things. Kevin Samuel's pattern of how he treats the women that call into his show. He pops them up on the camera screen. He tells them that they're average, that they're not all that great looking, or if they're great looking, they have bad attitudes. Anytime they disagree with him, either they're average looking or they have bad attitudes and no man would ever want them. These are the same talking points every show, every single show. Disagree with him. Oh, you're average looking or you're ugly anyway. Or you got a stank attitude, no man would ever want you anyway. Good luck with that. The same talking points every single time. And no woman is ever allowed to get her complete thought out on his show. Because I would actually really like to listen to the women that call in and they're trying to articulate what they want to say to him. But what he likes to do is he will throw them off their game by interrupting them in the middle of their thought. And see, if you've ever been interrupted in the middle of your thought, that throws you off your game. That is the oldest trick in the book. He interrupts them in the middle of their thought and asks them another question completely different from what they had in their thought process. So now their mind has to shift over to answering his question. And so now they appear to sound as if they're discombobulated and dumb. This is a very, very old tactic that men have been using on social media with women that call into these shows. They do it purposely. None of the women that call into Kevin Samuel's show is crazy. None of them are how can you say discombobulated or disillusioned. Ask yourself this. Next time you have a conversation with somebody and they're in the middle of their sentence, cut them off and ask them something completely different than what they were getting ready to say. And then record it and watch how that person sounds. That person sounds discombobulated and crazy after having dealt with you. And this is what these guys do on these. This is why I don't have any respect for the Jason Blacks, the Kevin Samuels, the Bernard Rileys, or any of these men that have these women on their shows. And then if you happen to be an astute woman and you know their game and you are able to follow along with your thought process, they mute your mic. Let me see what you guys are saying down here in the comments. And also, I'm so sorry. I missed it. The real Dana. What's up, Dana? Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Did I miss another super sticker, by the way? Because, you know, I be missing these. Yes, that is the real Dana. And she has a good broadcast, too. She has Joe Brown on her show regularly. And I love going over there and listening to her. They have lively conversations there as well. Okay, so now let me get back to these comments here because I do try to acknowledge everybody. It's kind of hard because I'm driving and I'm focusing on the road. I am being safe, guys. I am hands-free. Let's see. Okay, so Reigning Woman says Kevin Samuels and the black males in the black manosphere space has to push a certain narrative for their audience. You should know that and watch the message you send to your own audience. Yes, yes. Reigning Woman, I do. I do try to be cognizant of the message that I put out to my own audience. That's the reason why I do, pay attention to what other people are saying. And I do think about the message that I'm going to purvey because I do back my stuff up with the statistics and also a little bit of my own personal, life experience. So absolutely, you're right. Let's see here. No, Reigning Woman, I'm not helping to push a destructive narrative. Now, one thing is that I do. If I see something that someone is saying is right, just like the black men are running around here saying 80% of black women are obese or overweight. Okay, that's easily. You could just go to Google and look that up. Okay. You can go to Google, you can look that up. That is the truth. Now, they claim that the high value men want women who are fit, don't have children, and who have good attitudes. Well, that is their preference. You can't argue about a person's preference. So it's not me pushing their destructive narrative. I say, hey, if that's what you want, great. Great if that's what you want. But at the same time, you got to also look at the fact that if you're saying that only 20% of black men fit the criteria of being high value men, then that means that 80% of you don't. And see, this is the narrative that they kind of are hush hush about on their channels. They're hush hush about that large 80% number of black men who are either regular Joe Schmoes or bums. They're hush hush about that. Because see, if you only got 20% of black women who are in shape, then you got 80% of black women who are either out of shape or obese, then that kind of matches the 80% of black men who are average black men or bums. So that's the reason why this is entitled Water Seeking at Its Own Level. Well, thanks for the pushback, Rainy Woman, is always, welcome, because it helps me to explain where I'm coming from. And I hope you get what I'm saying now. Alrighty. Who is this? Hey, save yourself, black woman. What's up? Gia girl. I ain't seen you in a while. What's up? Where you been, Gia girl? You usually on my 2 a.m. show. And you just abandoned me. And yeah, those same women do also. Hold on. Hey, baby, I'm in the middle of doing a live stream. That's the reason why I have not answered the phone. All right. All righty. Let me get back. Hello? All right. So, yeah, I wish that black women would stop going over there too. But then again, I can't say it because I subscribe. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with going over there, but I really believe that we need to stop calling into that show because of how he treats the women that call in. See, here's another thing too, ladies. We got to start teaching these men how to treat us. Now we go over to those shows. After that whole deal with Bernard Riley, I vowed not to go on to another black man's panel that I see treating black women this way. And I feel like if we see black men over talking us, not allowing us to complete our sentences, muting our mics, and the whole nine, not allowing you to actually have a direct back and forth conversation, then we need to stop calling into their shows. Because, see, when we call into their shows, we actually pump them up. We make them famous when we do that. And that's what their audience likes to see. They like to see black women being disrespected and hung up on and talked over and mics muted and all that crazy stuff. They love it. Yeah, the women are hold on. Beretta says the women are always so sweet and soft spoken, yet he's still abusive. Yeah. And you know what? I had not heard him call a woman out their name until I watched his show yesterday. And he called a couple of women the B word on his show. And I was like, what? And I had just gave him a compliment, that he doesn't really get disrespectful like that, but he does. He gets outright disrespectful. He called those women the B word. Yeah, Rainy, he want all the attention, all the attention. Oh, hold on a second. The real Dana says at Beretta Ballerina, it's not a lot of women that go over there. 90% are men, and that's what it said. I didn't know that. So really, he's abusing these women to appease his male audience. So we're just like shark bait over there. Okay, that gives me a whole new perspective on it. 'Cause I didn't know that, Dana. But what's crazy to me is this, guys. With all of this focus on black women, our hair, our weight, different things that we need to do to get ourselves together. I really, really, really need to see more black men saying what they're going to do to get themselves together because they want so much. They want the whole kit and caboodle. But what is our motivation? Because, like I said, white women, when they wake up every day, they see men of high value in their immediate environment. And so their motivation to get out there and look good and get up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning running is because they know that they have actual men that they can attain that are high value. But black women, when we wake up in the morning, we see Pookie on the corner. We see Ray Ray selling weed out his grandmama basement. We see Tyrone work at Ford City, $15 an hour mall cop. We don't see a whole lot of high value men. So where's our motivation to get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, go jogging, eat carrots and spinach and broccoli? Where's our motivation? See what you guys are saying here. Oh, she said read her prior comment. Okay, I don't see it. It's too far up, so I ain't gonna go that far. Doug says, I don't think that's accurate. It's more women on Kevin Samuels' channel than 10%. I don't know how many women or men are there. I do know that there are a lot of women calling into the show. And that is what is really surprising to me. I really don't care about who watches, but if I watch somebody's show for a period of time and I see how abusive they are towards the women, that tells me not to call in there. That tells me, but all the women call in and they're so eager, they're so nice. They always compliment him and tell him that they're big fans. And then he turns around and he still takes a big wide dump on them anyway. And that's the killing part for me. Like, why would you voluntarily stand in line to get squatted on? The real Dana says if the manosphere stopped talking about black women, they would not have any content, money, donations, nor audience. I agree. And see, this is where, I believe it was Screen Learning. He came onto my channel, and if you guys don't know Screen Learning, he has a channel. But he said that the problem is profit. People make profit off of black people's problems. So therefore, they will never ever pimp the solution. They will never ever talk about the solution because the problem generates too much money for them. So this gender warring will never end because you have these people out here that are profiting from it. And mostly off the backs of black women. Because no other group of men sit up and talk about their women hair like black men do. Like I just found out that white women wearing just as much weave. They sitting up here got the lace fronts on, but you don't know that their stuff is fake. But it's like I had no idea until I went to this salon out here in Phoenix. And like I said, it's not a whole lot of black salons out here. So now when you go to the salon, you're in a mixture with a whole bunch of different groups of people. And that's a culture shock for me because I'm used to being in salons in Chicago where there's nothing but black women. So I've never seen white women getting their hair done until I came out here in Phoenix. And when I tell you, they're going into these salons, getting them tracks sold in, getting them lace fronts put on. They getting them tracks sold in and getting them lace fronts put on. I would say like 40 going north. Their hair is so thin. Let's just talk about the real root of the matter. They got some thin hair. I had no idea how thin white women's hair was until I started seeing them get their hair done at the shop. And when it's wet, they look like lizards. Like I said, I had never been around so many non-black people until I've come here, and I actually saw, how they live in, and wow, this is a culture shock. But they get just as much hair weave, and look, you don't see white men complaining. Those white women leave about the shop with their extensions in their head, and you never knew they had them because white men ain't all on social media talking about it. They not making songs about the thin hair, bald head hoe, the white woman. They not doing that. But our men are so embarrassed, and they do it for profit. They have been profiting off of black women like this, and it's shameful. Anytime a black man can have a black daughter the same color as him and sit up there with another black man with a black daughter the same color as him and talk about how exotic non-black women are and uphold non-black women, it's shameful. And this is why black men as a whole are not respected by any other group of men. This is why. Soup Bone. What's up, Soup Bone? He says, but Faith, you don't see the white women going to buy black women's hair and putting it in their hair and acting like it's theirs. Big difference. Soup Bone, for the 99th time. For the 99th time, black women are not buying white women's hair. Do you know what Indio Remy hair is? That is a black woman's hair. That's a black woman's hair. And when black women straighten our hair, it looks like Indio Remy hair. White women hair don't even blend well with our hair. When we buy hair, we try to buy hair that's like of the same texture as our own. See, black men don't know enough about hair weaves, extensions to even have any type of a criticism of it. Just like with my real hair, when I straighten it out, you can't tell the difference between whether or not I'm wearing the wig or my real hair. Sometimes I be on here with my real hair and you guys will say I'm wearing a wig. Because when a black woman's hair is straightened out, it does look like Indio Remy texture, yaki texture. So that is not white woman texture hair. So before black men get on their soapboxes talking about black women trying to look like white women, no, I look like none other than myself when my hair is straight. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Beretta says, black males don't understand womanhood or femininity. All races of women practice vanity, but somehow it's wrong when black women do it. Black women can't win with black males. Exactly. And here's the thing. Not only are black women criticized for wearing the weave, but we also are not allowed to experiment with coloring our hair. But now, if you look at the Asian woman, the Asian women were the ones that first made that different color hair popular. They walked around with the candy color pink in their hair. They walk around with the purple and the blue and all that stuff. And nobody says anything about those Asian women with that different color, crazy looking hair. But black women, we can't experiment with hair color. We can't experiment with hair texture like other groups of women do. White women go around and put box braids in their hair. They do. White women also perm their hair so that it could be more frizzy to look more like an afro. Nobody says nothing, nobody bats an eye. But if black women want to exercise versatility with our hair, we're demonized for it. We're the only group of women in the world that are demonized for everything that we do as far as our femininity. Other groups of women are more free to practice their femininity than we are. They are not heavily criticized like that. How many of y'all remember Cyndi Lauper? Hmm? Cyndi Lauper came out here looking like Rainbow Bright for many, many years. And then when she got tired, she went on back to her blonde hair and nobody bothered her. Can we talk about that? But let a black woman wear blonde weave. Oh, you're going to hunt her down with pitchforks and shovels. Let's see what you guys are saying. Who is this? Focus 365. Black women just need to start wearing their real hair out and stop putting a lot of chemicals in the hair and scalp. That's one of the reasons why a lot of black females' hair don't grow. Real talk. Once again, this is a man that don't know nothing about what he's talking about. Most black women are natural under their weaves. Just like me, I wear the lace fronts. I don't wear the weave. I wear the lace fronts. But when I take my lace front off, I have thick, long, coarse, natural hair. And most black women do. There's hair under there. The same way white women got that thin hair under their weave, we got our thick, natural hair under ours. So if you ain't gonna say nothing to them about theirs, don't say nothing to us about ours. Because all women are wearing weaves and lace fronts and clip-ons and whatever the hell they want to wear. Very few black women are using the chemicals anymore. That's so 1990s. Let's see here. Soup Bone says, Faith, how do you explain the black women play with their hair exactly like the white women do? Because, Soup Bone, the same way the men with the dreads be flipping their hair back and forth every time I see them at the drive-through when I'm trying to get my food at Popeyes. Them daggone men be sitting up there with them long ass dreads flipping their hair. Is in the way, just like in front of my eye, I'm going to flip my hair out of my eye. Okay? Yeah, the hair's in the way. So you tend to flip. Men do it too. How do you explain the men flipping their hair? Doug says, I don't complain about weave, but I've only date with women with natural hair. I'm a freak. When I grab a handful of hair, I don't want to pull out a bundle. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you might run a risk of pulling out a woman's lace front or weave. Or what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. The track. Yeah, that is very true. That is very, very true. Supone says you're hiding it and putting on the white woman's hair. Once again, Supone, black women's hair do not blend with white women's hair. We're not buying white women's hair. Okay? That's Indio Remy. That's a black woman's hair. Go look up hair and you'll find out the origin. Beretta Ballerina says a woman can have a hair full of hair and still use extensions. It's called being a woman. Exactly. But like I said, they still not saying anything about these white women that you put their hair in box braids and they're actually using the Indio Remy hair, which is a black woman's hair, by the way, to put the box braids in. They're not saying nothing about that because they know nothing about hair. And that's not their texture, by the way. Focus 368, 365 says you can tell when a woman wear fake hair the majority of times if you pay attention. Yeah, I mean, black men, pay attention to women's hair all the time. It's a pastime for black men. This is why black men don't build. White men never say anything about white women's fake hair extensions, them using chemicals to get afros. They never, never, never say anything about it. And guess what? They're focused on other stuff like building. But black men are all into women's business all the time. And like I said, I didn't know the number of black women that wore weaves and wigs until I actually went to the salon and saw so for myself. They're wearing them too. What have you got to say about them? Would you like the white women to stop putting the black woman's hair in their head in the box braids and wearing the wrong texture of hair? Would you like for the Chinese women to stop putting that purple shit in their hair? Because they running all rampant through the West Coast with that shit. Looking like goddamn Chinese Punky Brewster out here. So you don't seem to have any problems with them doing it. Just like you don't seem to have any problems when you date out and you get the big fat refrigerator built white woman, but then you come back here complaining about the big fat black woman and she's an 80% obese, but then you run over there and get the same thing. So I'm gonna need black men to shut up until you start showing us better. Pretty Black Magic says my cousin does hair and most of her clients are white and Hispanic women getting weave and braids. Oh, I believe it. I saw it for myself. Like I said, when I was in that salon and I saw all the weavage going on up in there with them white women, I was like, these heifers been lying this whole time. They getting weaved up too. Focus 385 says, tell you the truth, me, 35-year-old black man, I know black woman has the best hair when they use less chemicals and take care of it. It can grow to full potential. Yes, absolutely can. Like I said, I have a picture of myself up here with my own hair. It's long. But at the same time, I use protective styles. I do not like to fiddle with my hair too much. Now, our hair, is very full and very healthy looking, but we have the weakest hair also. So we can't be manipulating it every day because it will break off with daily manipulation. It will. Pretty Black Magic says it's a deflection tactic. Yes, it is. Deflection tactic used to keep the focus on us and not black men who provide, build, and protect. Yeah, about the provisions, going back to 80% of black men that are just regular Joe Schmoes or bums. If I'm waking up every morning to regular Joe Schmoes and bums, and And finding a man of means is like finding a damn unicorn or the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. How many black women are going to be motivated to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go jogging for that? Huh? The same way that you black men sit up here and point your fingers at black women, the reason why you are not motivated to build. We could point our fingers at you and say we're not motivated to work out. How about that? We're not motivated to get on that treadmill because we don't want to get on the treadmill for you making $15 an hour at Quick Trip. How about that? Soup Bone, the last time I saw an Indian woman with an afro was out here in Phoenix. They're not all of the Caucasian persuasion with the long wavy hair. Okay. And there are some Asian women also that have black hair. They're called Blackanese, Black Asians. And then some of the Asians that don't have the thick textured hair, they go to the shop to get the appearance of thick textured hair because their hair is so thin. So once again, Soup Bone, go and take a visit to your nearest. Come out here to the West Coast. See, this is what I think. I think all black men who have a big mouth and want to talk about black women and our beauty regimens, y'all need to take a trip to the West Coast and sit in a white hair salon for 24 hours for a whole week and watch these white women come in getting these hairstyles. And then you will have a whole different perspective of what we're talking about. Until then, shut the hell up. Miss J says, I have noticed the same men complaining about the lack of femininity in black women are the same ones who can't get up off the fainting couch and clutching their damn pearls is ridiculous. Exactly. Exactly. Pretty Black says, out here in, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I missed the comments going so fast. Hold on. Y'all are up here ripping it up. Where was I? The comment jumped and I can't see it no more. Pretty Black Magic has something. Oh, she says, I bet they don't want to discuss why so many black men are on the down low. All them baby mamas all in the same neighborhood fighting each other. Talk about that. No, I don't think they want to have that discussion. No. Doug says women should be motivated to work out for their health. Yes, Doug, and black men should be motivated to build for so that they can be empowered and not be under every man's thumb. Yes, you're absolutely right. I say it all the time. I tell black women all the time to work out for our health. And black men need to stop complaining about being under the white man's thumb and build so that he can be empowered. Yeah. Like I said, you got 80% of black men who are average or bums, and you got 80% of black women who are overweight or obese. So it's water seeking at its own level. You got two groups of average people that don't seem to want to, seem to be motivated to, get themselves out of the average category. And most of us are average, men and women. So black men ain't got room to talk about no overweight or obese black woman if he's sitting up there working at Quick Trip making $15-$20 an hour. He ain't got no room. You're average. So take your average behind over there to average Keisha house and be happy. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Mahogany Roots? Mahogany Roots in the house. Mahogany Roots says, "Oh, thanks, but I don't judge women who don't have natural hair. To each his own, honey." Exactly, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not gonna sit up here and judge a woman how she decides to dress or how she decides to do her hair. That's that woman's hair and that's that woman's clothes. I'm not going to pay to get her hair done, and I'm not going to pay to buy her a new wardrobe. And half of you men up here complaining about black women, y'all ain't going to pay for none of this stuff. Y'all not going to do it because you ain't got the money. Like I said, you're Tyrone making $15 an hour at Quick Trip. And Tyrone is sitting up here complaining about the quality of women with his $15 an hour job. Tyrone, get a life. Go sit all the way to hell down with your average ads. You qualify for average Keisha that weigh 180 pounds and she's 5'4". That's what you qualify for, Tyrone. Shut up, Tyrone. Shut up. Let's see here what you guys saying. All right, I had dropped the link earlier. I'm going to drop it one more time. Now, if nobody has anything to say, if nobody wants to come up, I'm going to end the stream, y'all. Because I did want to have a discussion about it with my people. And reading these comments are getting tiresome. So I'm going to go ahead again and invite you to come on up here. If I can ever get this link dropped. All right, so I dropped the link one more time. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. If anybody has anything to say on the subject, now is the time. But in the meantime, Pretty Black says the average nigga don't even pay rent or the bills. He's going from one baby mama to the next, pay no rent. Yes, yes, but he wants Keisha to stay in shape. He wants Keisha to stay in shape while she go out and work, pay all the bills or go 50-50. Keisha got to still stay in shape for average ass Tyrone. Y'all make that make sense. Oh, y'all over here whining today. I got some black men in here whining today. Miss J says, at this point, I'm at the point here, I'm not concerned about what they do. I'm more concerned about improving ourselves. Yes, indeed. Hold on. We got Mahogany and Miss J on here. And I'm going to add you both. What's up, ladies?
Hey.
Hey, Faith. Hi,
What's
Faith. How you
up?
doing today?
Mahogany girl, I am having a heck of a day. I should not have never watched that Kevin Samuels last night.
Oh
Girl,
yeah.
why do y'all do that to yourselves? Why?
Not
I don't I don't know. Perfecta Bliss, yes, I'm gonna put you in here.
Listen, I knew about him because he used to be on another Negro Manospheres panel a lot. He used to be on several of them a lot, and
uh
I already knew not to do that to myself. Cause see, what we don't understand is he's using us to get to the guys because those guys like the fact that he rips into us like that.
oh yeah.
They get off on that. So I'm just saying, when you support that, and black women, I think a lot of black women don't realize that. So they go up there thinking, oh, he wants to improve us. He's trying to help us out. He's really just slick dissing y'all us the whole time. And they're participating in that, not realizing that he's meaning to make you look stupid. That's the whole point of it.
And you know what? To me, it's obvious. Like, if you've seen any of it, it's pretty obvious that that's what he's doing.
But a
I
lot of them haven't seen that, so they don't get it. And it's like they're just walking into a chainsaw, and I just have to shake my head. That's why I don't watch it, because I already know what it's meant to do, and I just refuse to participate.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
you know, because I have seen the women come on there and they're always so they praise them when they come up there, and I hate when they do that.
uh,
Oh, I've been watching your show. I've been a fan. Da, 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 they just gushing, and then he turns around and he craps on them every time.
Yeah,
I don't
every
think I've
single
seen
time.
one.
It hasn't been there. I'm telling you, he's been doing it for years, but people don't see that. But eventually they'll see it. But it is going to be a group of people who are still going to go and participate in like the same thing with the Tommy fangirls. Tommy rips black women all the time, but there are black women who just still participate in that. Some
uh,
people just have low self-esteem and they enjoy that kind of ritual humiliation. You can't do nothing with them.
But what do you guys think about? He had a show yesterday, and this is what my show was about. It's about water seeking at its own level. Because, like I said, he sits up here and says that 80% of black women are obese or overweight. High value men want women who are in shape with good attitudes and don't have children.
mhm.
So my thing is, how you going to say this about black women? There's only 20% of black women that's meeting that, when there's only 20% of black men that are high value. So even if all
Honey,
80% of us,
it ain't even that high. If you want to keep it real,
yeah, yeah, I'm being generous
I,
because I'm
I
also adding in men that are making about just 100,000 a year, and to me that ain't even hardly enough to sit a woman
but I'm
down.
saying, but to be high value, you can't only have the income. It's multiple things. Just like to be a, whatever they call that version of a woman, you can't only just be not fat. You have to
That's
have other things too. They're only going by income. But if
that's
you
right.
have, but if you're 100, you make $100,000 a year, but you're 300 pounds. Are you a high value man?
They
No,
think they are. They
but
think
they're
that their
not.
money makes up for it.
But that's not true though. To high value women, that 20% of women that they say that only is available, they ain't going for that. And that's why they want to wonder why, how come they won't choose me? Oh, it's because she likes thugs. No, she don't like fat men. Just like you don't like fat women. Like you're saying, water seeks its own level.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think you have to define high value, because to me, if you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to treat me, how to talk to me,
Hmm.
you're not high
Yeah.
value. Yeah.
And it goes beyond not knowing how to carry a conversation. Some of these guys are outright hostile, where you literally, I mean, there's some people can't carry a conversation because they literally don't know how to talk to people. They're really shy, they don't know how to conversate. But some people, they have the ability to conversate. They're just flat out nasty. You don't want to talk to them. There are a lot of guys like that, where it's like, you know what? You can tell within 5 minutes of them, just the hostility they have. You don't want to spend any quality time with them.
Hey, dude, let
Yes.
me
But when
ask
you
you
hit,
this.
but black women who don't want to deal with someone like them, oh, you only like thugs. You only like the beta males. No, I don't like assholes.
And
Try
let
not
me
to be
ask you
one.
this. Let me ask you this right here. Now, are you basing this off of the guys that you see on here or on any social media site?
In general, what we see in real life on social
Oh, okay,
media,
okay,
whole
okay.
thing, everything.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like, I would say that it's not a good idea to base how you feel about the real world based off of what you see and hear on here, because a lot of what you see and hear on here is obviously going to be exaggerated. Now, when it comes to a lot of content creators in these relationship spaces and stuff like that, um, a lot of it is entertainment value. Very few people
Yeah,
are actually on here to have the conversation for real. So
no,
you want to
you're
get,
right.
yeah,
They're
let me
not
say
they're
this.
not trying to be real. They literally just
Yeah.
sitting back to key about it. So that's what I'm saying.
So
There's no real point in you being emotional about it because they're not trying to be serious.
I mean, and
They're
this goes.
literally just there just for kicks and giggles.
This goes on both sides, the men and the women, where
Oh
you got
yeah.
people who are really just here to take advantage of people who are going through this red pill rage thing. So there's a lot of
Mhm.
that, you know. But let me see. I mean, I don't want to hold up y'all conversation, but let me just say what I came on here to say. In response to those, because I only heard like the last little bit of what Fate was saying. But let me just say this last little bit. Now, she spoke particularly about the building issue. Now, I've stayed quiet about the building issue for a long time now. But let me just say this, or let me just say this. The women speak about it, but my issue with the women talking about the building issue is simply this. I don't get how they can sit back and basically engage in this fucking self-pity with these black men. You know, the white man got his foot on your neck, you know, the system is set up, you know, all that bullshit. I mean, they'll sit back and they'll engage in this self-pity party with these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Basically helping them make excuses for why they're not doing what they're supposed to do in this world, but then turn around and castigate them for not building. So in my opinion, you can't do both, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like stop helping these niggas make excuses, you know what I'm saying? So you can't have it both ways. And but as far as like, and then secondly, as far as the equality of men issue, speaking for myself and from what I've observed, now for most of my life up until my I guess my late 30s and whatnot. Now you may not like this, but it's the truth based on my observation. And I've literally had women, like the women, okay, the kind of men that are complained about on here, you know, women have always told me and guys like me that basically, I mean, what they call the Pookie and Ray Rays on here. I mean, these sorry ass niggas. And by the way, you know, you'll get an argument from me that these sorry ass niggas that y'all talk about actually exist. They do. But the problem is that women will actually tell a productive guy, a guy who's about doing right, that you know what, I prefer him over you, because maybe he has some superficial qualities that you know that satisfies them. You know, I mean, they will flat out tell you like, you know, well, yeah, I prefer this guy. You know, I don't like lame ass nigga. You know, just something like that. You know, but I guess when they get what they get, when they see, I mean, I guess they get with the snake and the snake bites them. I guess now it's like, well, you know, now I realize that I don't want that. So, and then they complain about the guy. So if the women will admit that there are some, you know, there are women out there who do that, who intentionally make these bad decisions, you know, because like I said, I don't know you all story, so I can't put that on y'all. But based on what I've seen, a lot of women do intentionally make bad decisions, and men, they do this, you know. But then they want to act like it's all black men or most black men, and that's the only thing I have an issue with. But again, they'll get no argument for me that these sorry ass niggas exist. But let's also be honest that a lot of women actually prefer those guys because I mean I was like that nerdy type dude, you know, who was on some, you know, I'm gonna try and do right by you and all that stuff. That was me. But then when I got out there in that world, you heard me, and started thugging like that, you know, didn't give a fuck, you know, started being disrespectful on purpose and stuff. And it's like, oh well, you know, I respect your mind now. I mean, so that's how it was for me. But because that really wasn't me, I obviously couldn't keep that up for the rest of my life. But yeah, some people actually choose these sorry ass dudes, 5, 6 baby mamas, you know, no ambition, not trying to do anything with his life. Some people they prefer it. But anyway,
I mean,
I mean,
I
that's all
we
I came
agree.
on to say. Say what now?
I'm gonna say it personally. I do agree there are a lot of black women who are like that, but the problem is in this community for some reason, or maybe it's just on here. There's 15 different types of black women, of black men, but there's one type of black woman.
Right.
Okay, I'm not saying that there aren't black women who do act like that, but there are also plenty of black women who don't act like that, who get ignored.
Here's my
Yes.
issue with that. I mean, here's my issue with that. Now, speaking for myself personally, I can't speak for the other men. Now, my thing is this. Now, the same way you just heard me call out and say, you know what, there are some sorry ass niggas out there. I'm not going to defend them. I'm not going to make excuses for them. None, I mean, if they came on here complaining about things, I'm not going to defend or make excuses for them. It's like, you know what, bruh, you get what you get, you sorry motherfucker. I mean, that's you. You know what I'm saying? But my issue with a lot of the women is that, you know, they can't take that same approach for a lot of sorry ass women. I guess they feel obligated to defend no matter what just because they're both women. I mean, which makes no sense to me, especially if you claim to be different. Because, okay, if people are categorizing me with this dude over here, who I know to be a star ass dude, I'm not going to defend you. You know what I'm saying? You're making me look bad. They're lumping me in with you. I'm not defending you. So,
I'm saying, but there are plenty of black women who do that, and you get accused of being jealous. Oh, you're just
well,
saying that because you're jealous. You're
well,
just saying that because you're ugly. You're just saying it because of that. And after a while,
I,
you look like, you know what? Okay, the two of y'all want to go ahead and run head first into that brick wall. Go right ahead.
yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
can see
stop
your
you.
point. I can see your point on that because I mean, On one hand, I can kind of understand why some, especially in these spaces, I mean, and where everybody's so motherfucking angry. But I can see why some people in these spaces, why they may keep silent, because the
It's not
moment
worth
that
it.
they, I mean, yeah, because I mean, the moment that they show that, you know what, there may be some validity to what the guys are saying. Some women, I mean, then all of a sudden, oh, you're a pick me, you're male identified, and you know, you're against this. I mean, all that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're not
Right.
engaged
But I'm
in this,
saying both me and Faith have had that situation where we do
Yeah.
basically say, hey, some of the things that the black guys are saying about us are right, is correct. And all
yeah,
of a sudden you get all sorts of, people pull their hair out. So I
Oh,
mean I get
oh,
what you're
oh yeah.
saying.
You want the last D and all this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
exactly.
had.
But I'm saying you get the nonsense from both sides. So if you're in a position
that's what
like
I'm
me,
saying.
I'm just gonna basically speak my truth and I'm gonna let
Yeah,
y'all do what you're gonna do because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen anyway. There's no point
yeah,
in me getting my emotions and my blood pressure raised artificially over some
yeah.
foolishness. And that's just where I'm at this point. If you're gonna go
I
ahead and do
mean,
dumb things, go ahead and accept the dumb consequences. At the same time, the same thing. I'm not out there marching for Black Lives Matter when someone gets shot. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't do that. I went to that point at 2014 where I was super pro black, and I was every single time the white man does this, and the reason why we're down is because, and I'm like, you know what? That doesn't make any sense anymore. Take a hard look at yourself. Take a hard look at decisions we make, and that we do need to go ahead and and do better. And when you say that, everybody comes down on
you're a
you. So you're just
coon.
gonna sit back, yeah, you're just gonna sit back and watch him do dumb stuff, and like, okay, you get shot in the face with a rubber bullet. Well, I mean, what can you do? Nothing.
But a lot though, like usually when I come on these panels, well, I don't do it so much these days though. But okay, when I first came on, I came on here with the red pill rage and all that stuff in the manosphere and whatnot until I realized that the conversations got to be a little bit too extreme. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Hmm.
you know what? There needs to be some balance because both sides are saying some things that are true about the other. And see, that's the thing about it. Because see, me personally, I don't care for sitting back talking about, for the black male versus black female stuff. I don't really care for it these days. But because a lot of the people that I support on here, I mean, that's what they do. I'll chime in like now, like, okay, I support Faith, I like what she's doing and all that, even though we may be on, I guess, on two different opposite sides, but I like what Faith does nonetheless. But anyways, so
Thank
I'll
you. Thank you.
I'll chime in and give an opinion and stuff. But the point is, though, I feel like there needs to be more balance, man, because I don't think there's ever been a fair conversation between both sides. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's never been that. And and now, now that we are on, I guess, somewhat of an equal platform as far as that goes, both sides are talking at each other, but there's because both sides are basically trying to out yell each other. It's like, you're gonna hear what I'm saying, that sort of thing. Instead of one side saying, you know what, this is how I feel, and here's why. And the other side listening, saying, you know what, I understand that, and that needs to be worked on. Okay, and now here's how I feel, and here's why. And the other side basically reciprocating. Like that hasn't yet happened. So I mean, there needs to be that balance. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everybody
No,
being
I
so
mean, I agree.
angry.
That one of the things that I hate about this side is that, well, this not this side, but this part of YouTube is that when you are respectful and you listen to someone and you listen to their gripes and you hear it and you don't automatically cut them off or fight back when they say something that you feel is wrong or is wrong, they assume that, okay, you agree with what they say, and then they never hear your side. They just keep going, like, and
Right.
it's just, and you kind of feel like, wait a minute, I almost have to respond because I'm fighting for like myself. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
Right.
this way. And it's like, it's an emotional trigger that you have to like really actively, I admit, I have to work on it on panels where I have to fight myself and not, because I just want to like, what are you talking about? That's not true. That doesn't happen. That's only a certain percentage, and they just go off. But you have to like
But
stop yourself
it's
from doing
not
it.
you that you're fighting for. It's like you said, you have to fight for the image of black women as a whole
Exactly,
that's being destroyed.
exactly, exactly. And they're actively trying to do that. And it's
well, like
like,
I told
well,
you earlier.
back in 1982, someone went on Sally Jesse Raphael and said this about us. Like, you didn't you didn't fight for us. You didn't speak up on it. You didn't stop them. What are you talking about? How could I?
I
And
just
Well, like I
you
think
just
told
want to
you,
respond that way, but you have to just learn, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sit here and listen. but that's
Hey,
really hard.
talk though, real. I mean, like I said, I mean, let's let me reiterate what I said earlier. I mean, again, a lot of what goes on here is for entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just always keep that in mind when you're having a conversation with somebody in certain circles, I
Uh,
guess you can say.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, this stuff is entertainment. People are
it
going to
may be
exaggerate.
entertainment. But I'm saying it may be entertainment for some of the content creators because a lot of them do that 'cause it's a check for them. But there are thousands of people who listen to that, and a
That
lot of
yeah,
them get radicalized. Like you,
yeah,
like I watched it where you hear someone come out with a theory or a talking point, and then 2 months later everybody's repeating it and it's taken for like the
yeah.
gospel truth. The same thing
Yes.
about this whole thing, and back in the 1960s, black women took welfare and they abandoned their man, and that's the reason why the black community is ruined. That's fundamentally stupid when you look at the whole totality of it. It's a really dumb talking point that's easy to debunk. But the amount
Not
of people
wrong.
who believe just that one is amazing.
You
Like,
guys,
Y'all can
okay, you
have that one.
know what I'm
You
saying?
know
I,
what? I
Let's
mean,
say you have a
I
Twitter.
don't
let
mean
me
I
say
don't
that.
mean to interrupt. It's okay. I
If
don't
you
have
don't
very
mind.
long. I'll just come back up here another time. But
Oh, okay.
the topic is hot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. No, did you
That's
have
why we
anything
have
that you
fun.
did you
Oh,
have anything that you wanted to add? I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I did kind of want to mention something because we were talking about the natural hair, and Supone made a comment. So I wanted to just talk about my story about.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I haven't always been natural. I've been natural now for about 10 years, but I wasn't always natural. I wanted to go natural a long time ago. But when I was in the military, they made it really hard. And so I'm saying all this to say is that sometimes, especially depending on their career, like right now I'm in the dental field, and it's very rare to see women with dreadlocks in the dental field. Women of
Yeah.
in the dental field. So it's not an easy journey. And I think that's a part of it that you never hear. I wanted to say that. And then also I liked what perfection or the topic that you guys were talking about with far as high value men. Let me just say this. I'm gonna tell you guys this happened to me this week. I had what most would consider a high value man in my chair at my dental office. And let me tell you, he made my skin crawl because he was so much of an asshole. And that's what I was talking about. Sometimes what men think is high value, us women don't think it's high. I don't think it's high value for you to treat me like dirt because you think you're better than me and because you make money. So those
Exactly.
are two things I just wanted to bring up. And I wish I had longer, but it was nice talking to you guys on the panel. Your name's MJ, right? Is
For
it
me?
Yes.
No, I miss Jay.
Miss J and Perfectionist. It's really nice talking to you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Right.
next
It's good having you. I'm so sorry, Mahogany. I had gotten so caught up in the conversation. I usually try to rotate everybody.
no, girl, it's okay. And I'm not very good with jumping in. I always like to hear, and I was enjoying what they were saying, so I didn't want to jump in, but I just didn't have a lot of time. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
No,
listen
but
to
you make
you guys while I do this work.
All right. Well,
well,
thank you for coming up, and please do come up again. We definitely got to do a panel together because I do want to talk about the natural hair conversation as well, and I know that you can definitely lend to that.
And I'm gonna say this too. I think we've got to get out of making so much judgment on people, especially with the natural hair thing. Not just because it might be hard for their career and this and that. People, you got to meet people where they are. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, my mindset was different. I look at things. I'm 41 years old. I look at things a lot differently now than when I was 25. So you got to cut people some slack. I think sometimes we're too hard on one another. But peace, y'all. Love, and I'll be
that's
listening to y'all.
that
All
is very
right.
true. What she said is extremely true. That how our, especially black women, well, black people in general, especially black women, how our natural hair is, people in the corporate world or certain settings consider it unprofessional. Like if
Yes.
you walk around with the afro, I mean, you'll get judged. That's the reason why people change because you'll get held back, and you don't want to work hard for your career and not be promoted or not get what you're the right income you're supposed to be getting because of a hairstyle. A lot of people are gonna conform to move ahead, and that side is never talked about.
Well, what
how we
about
are
the
literally.
men that have dreads that join the army and they have to cut it off?
Yeah, I'm just saying yeah, especially I think it was like a controversy. I think last year or 2018 when the army was like, you can't, black women can't wear braids. It's unprofessional. It's unbecoming conduct in the military, and people had to like fight back. Like, wait a minute, that's like how our hair works, and they just wanted to only have it for like white people. Everybody's supposed to be, yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm saying that kind of talk is never that side is never really talked about for some reason. People just act like black women just woke up one day and decided to wear weave. No, it's a conditioning aspect of
Absolutely.
trying to assimilate into a white culture, which is what America is. So
Man, I want to go back to that well kept conversation though.
I
I want
know
to go back
I'm
to that
just saying
point
no,
right
I'm
there.
just saying I'm saying if you think about it, just listen to what
Hear
I'm
me out.
saying. Just
Hear me
think
out. Hear
about
me
it.
out. Hear me out. Because I mean, cause see, I would personally, like I said, even though I frequent these circles, that's one argument I never bought into, and here's why. Because first of all, anybody can get on welfare. You know what I'm saying? Welfare is not available only to black people. Anybody can get on it. You know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah,
welfare was something that was available only to black people, then you can say that, okay, well, they put it on you to target you and get the man out the house. You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, you know, even if that were the case, you know what I'm saying? Now, personally, the way I'm looking at it myself, if my old lady say, okay, well, we should get on this welfare and whatnot, and but one of the stipulations is that you can't be in the home. I'm gonna say, you know what? Well, fuck that shit. Then I'm about to go out there and get a job. I'm about to make things happen somehow. If that's the stipulation to getting government help, we don't need that. Then if it means that we can't, that we have to be apart, fuck that. I mean that's how I would handle that. So that's one reason
right.
why I never bought into that. Because other groups of people, white, Hispanic, etc., they can go out and get welfare, but hell, you don't see, their situation being, at least not to the same degree. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But they
that's
get it
that's
too.
because that whole.
Oh, you faded out.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Faye.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole man in the house rule, that's a talking point that has been overinflated because that rule was only for like 2 years and then it was done away with.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
And
what
because
I'm
see
even
that.
saying.
they
Like
realize,
that's why I
even
say
the
me
government realized
personally.
it didn't make sense.
That's why I say, me personally. I mean, if I got a family and whatnot, and for me to get this government assistance, that's one of the rules. I'm gonna say, you know what? Well, fuck that. I don't need your help then if it means I can't stay in the house with my family. Fuck y'all. I mean, that's what
Right.
I would. I mean, that's me. That's me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand, but I'm saying even if I understand that's the correct way to think about that, but I'm saying even if you don't think about it that way, just hypothetically game out what the problem is, what they're actually saying the problem is. Here you are, let's say you're a 25-year-old woman. You are married, you have a husband, you have three small children. He lost his job. Do you realize the short amount of time it takes for people to literally starve to death?
Oh
This
yeah.
woman's
I
supposed to
mean, well, yeah,
sit
I get
there
all
every
that.
single. No, I'm saying she's supposed to sit there every single day and watch her children not eat for days on end while he's trying. Let's say he's trying to find a job, or he's not trying to find a job. Either way, but the point is, there's no money coming in. Here's a program that says, hey, we will literally put food in your starving children's mouths, but if you take it, you're destroying your the black race. How does that make sense?
Well, like I said, I mean, it goes to the point where again, you have all. I mean, this is available to all other groups of people. So
No, I
you
understand
know,
what I'm saying, but
yeah.
their
So
talking point is you're supposed to sit there and watch your children literally starve to death
oh no,
to
I get it.
save
I
the
get
black
it.
race.
I know.
That
No, I
whole
understand
talking
what you're
point is
saying.
completely dumb,
I mean, I
and they
understand
keep
what you're
repeating
saying.
it.
And I mean, and pretty much, I mean, we're pretty much saying the same thing. So I mean, there's really no argument. I mean, we're saying the
Yeah,
same thing, but in different ways, though. Really, you know what I'm
no,
saying?
I'm
So
saying, I'm
it's
saying
like, so I
what you're
can't.
saying. I'm saying what you're saying is logical, but I'm saying there's
Yeah,
so many people who repeat that talking point that when you think it through, it makes no sense.
yeah. That's why I could never, yeah. That's why I could never necessarily get with that narrative because I mean, it's just so many things that don't sit well with me when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the points I made, and then also, I mean, I grew up in that lifestyle, in that hood lifestyle where you would have to, families would have to get on the systems. I mean, I grew up like that, so I know
I
what
mean,
that's like.
if there are no jobs in the area that you're in, and you can't afford to move,
Yeah,
there's not a lot of options that you have. I don't think you
yeah,
should be holding that against people. Now, if
that's
you
what I'm
just stay on
saying.
it and
Like,
you're not trying to improve yourself, I can see that. But sometimes, like the times that we're in right now with this coronavirus thing, where the welfare rolls have exploded because there are no jobs, it's understandable. So I don't think you should hold that against people because they're reacting to the environment of which they had no control over. And like the other lady said, we're just being too harsh on each other. Yeah, well, a lot of us, we do have flaws, but sometimes we're in a flawed situation. So don't beat up on people because they're in that type of situation is what I say.
yeah.
Good
And you know what?
points. Good points.
Let me make one more point if you don't mind, and I got to go ahead and jump off. I'm gonna let y'all have it. But now as far as this whole what it takes to get XYZ person and stuff. Now, one thing that don't sit well with me about these conversations when it comes to how to get what kind of person and stuff, on both sides. Okay, people underestimate the fact that dating and relationships, I mean, it's largely subjective. All right, people try and put all these, try and put these concrete rules on what it takes, but it's like this stuff is largely subjective. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's based on people's personal preferences. I mean, there is no book for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this kind of person that you may want over here, they may have this, this set of things that they want, and you go find the same kind of person over here, they want something totally different. So to sit up here and say that, to try and make it seem like, these particular guidelines is what it takes in general to get XYZ, that's not necessarily the case because I mean, things are never that simple when you deal with humans. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that people also got to keep in mind. This stuff is largely subjective. You know what I'm saying? No rules to
Yeah,
it.
and a lot of things that we're subjecting him to is completely superficial and stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just because a woman is thin and childless doesn't mean she's a good woman. And just because a guy has a lot of money doesn't mean he's going to be a good husband and you're going to be able to have a happy marriage. So if that's what you're focusing on, that's you're not leading someone down the right path where they're going to be end up having a happy life. That doesn't
Yeah.
work. I mean, people are focusing on this. The same thing about telling black women, "Oh, you need to go ahead and get the bag." Sweetie, most of us don't have the bag. So why are you telling people to do stuff like that? That's not going to end up working out well for you. You're leading people into a disaster just because you want to get views and get money yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, a lot of these people just like to hear themselves talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what that comes
Yeah,
down
but saying,
to.
but there are a lot of
But I'm,
people who are believing it. That's the
yeah,
problem. There are a lot of
yeah,
Well,
people out here believing it.
I wanted to real quick because BMT's been waiting for a minute here. Welcome
yeah.
to
I'm
the
gonna jump off.
panel.
I'm gonna jump off. But all right, Faith. Thanks for having me, though.
No problem, perfectionist, and thank you for coming through. BMT, welcome.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm just sitting up here having my little Kevin Samuels breakdown, meltdown here. I
Oh,
watched the
okay.
show yesterday, and it was just like, okay, he got me a little triggered this morning.
I've never watched the Kevin Samuel show before. I never watched it, and
Oh, wow.
I'm in the Manosphere. I've never seen any of the shows. I don't know. I don't even know who. Nope. I've seen him on a panel, but I never watched any of his shows or any of the talking points of a lot of them. Like, and that's not even being cocky, but a lot of them aren't in my space of reality and success. So there's nothing for us to talk about really because it's all convoluted talk. Um,
I mean,
so
he has some good points, but at the same time, it's just at the end of the
It's
day, it's not really about improving people. It's literally about just ripping people for entertainment. When it
exactly.
comes down to it, that's what it's about. Until people figure that out, they're gonna keep doing it. But you have to let them
Yeah,
just
these
figure that
women
out
actually
themselves.
think that he's helping them. That's the sad part
let,
about it.
let me
That is the sad part. But I
let me
mean, you have to let them figure it out on their own. They have to walk that path. So you can try to warn them, but at the same time, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. You can tell them at the end of the day, they got to do it themselves. And if they feel that watching someone repeatedly rip down their image for hours on end daily helps them, okay.
Now, here's the thing about it, and I'm gonna break it down. Why it's all entertainment to me. A lot of these things are entertainment. It's like going back to my old church. See right here. Uh, See this right here. This is my old clergy church. See, this is an old clergy church. I used to be a minister. I used to know how to talk. I used to know how to talk to people and woo the crowd and get people all riled up and give them that good fellowship, blessing, talking, and everything. So I get it. You say what people want to hear, and you feed the need of the basis of what they want to feed on. So it's like watching YouTube church. Except
Yes.
so when y'all saying like, well, he's giving out this kind of information, I'm like, well, that's that type of congregation of what they want to hear because the flock is going to come to that type of thinking process. But see, outside of that, when you're not dealing with the people who are trying to, and I'm gonna say build a ninja.com, I'm more so in the real in the now. Whereas to people are already out here doing what they got to do, getting their lives on. Like my mom drives a truck. My mom's a tractor trailer driver. She runs 3 companies. Uh,
Oh,
it-
wow.
none,
Okay.
there's nothing you can tell my mother and shame her about raising 4 children and say, hey, why didn't you submit to your man? I'm like, are you crazy? Like, nigga, I have to make money for my family. Like, there's some stuff like this is where you're dealing with the low hanging fruit talking points, not the act.
BMT, your mom is my kind of woman, by the way. I just wanted to put that in there.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing about it. There are a lot of women and men that are doing these kind of things. That are waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and making moves. Like, and I agree that there are some people that hey, circumstances came by where they had to take. You know what? Listen, when I was coming up and I before I got to where I am, I had to go talk about, hey, I had a food stamp card. If I go back up to Boston right now, my uncle can tell you everything how to get welfare, a food stamp card, Medicaid. I'm like, dang, dude, you know everything better than these women. He's like, shoot, boy, I know the system. I know how to get everything. So let's not pretend that only the women know how to do it. Everybody knows how to do it if they know how to play it right. But the problem is we convolute it to like it's just the just the women doing it. We got to understand that there is some systematic issues that are thrown against certain groups, and so we like to play. Well, the reason why I'm not winning is because of y'all, or the reason why I'm not protected because of these type of men. Sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to say, you know what? I just have to just keep going and moving until they can meet me at my level. And if they can't, I'm not going to go down to their level, lower my standard. I had to do that the hard way. I got tired of I, laying on the mattress with that damn, type of female and getting in arguments and eating ramen and Vienna sausages. I said, no, I want to do better. So I had to go without. I had to learn how to humble myself until I got to where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Just like I've also had the conversation with my spouse about, hey, we getting that 678 for food stamps, but however, I'm up for promotion. But if I take the promotion, guess what? Yeah, I'll have the money, but I'll lose the food stamp money. But however, that means it's something that is temporary. I was never supposed to stay on there forever. You get what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. You
Mhm.
get your independence from it, and that's what you're supposed to be working towards.
but see, that's the thing about it. Like, there's some people who understand you're dealing with the minute group that chooses that. See, that's the talking point. We keep going back to the minute group that chooses to stay there, not the girls or the guys or the families that literally, hey, I'm working at the calling center. I'm going to school, and yes, I am using the system to get by. But however, once I get that degree, or once I get that certificate, or once I get to that next level, I'm out. I don't need them anymore. I'm gone. I got my own freedom. And see, That's when it's called I'm leaving out the nest and I'm trying because we gotta understand we all weren't blessed with that gift to where we could stay at home like some cultures and literally cultivate and literally have that kind of family wealth that was stolen and robbed from us. So when we hear the pick up your bootstrap or you need to do this, you're talking to people that are in a mentality of survival mode and literally saying, yo, we're surviving, not thriving as we could. And for those who are, it's easy to look down on those who are going up the mountain a different path. I don't look down on nobody that is literally going up the mountain in their own strength. If I see them trying, busting their, I'm not gonna say, well, you are less than, or you're literally that person, or literally. I like my friend. She's a real estate broker. And she has two kids, but she just now got married. Am I gonna shame her because she's engaged to get married? And shout out to Sister George. Sister George is about to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like we have people that are moving on with their life, but see, we have this stupid shaming language in these spaces that will call the brothers the cleanup men. They'll call the women used up. And I'm like, do y'all hear yourself? In everyday life, nobody thinks like this. We just want happiness and to thrive. But y'all are trying to shame them and trying to conduct the traffic of lifestyles of how people should live because you are failing at some point in your life. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm really getting tired of the goddamn struggle preaching that a lot of people keep trying to put on people. I
Yeah,
don't play.
and who's to say who's to say also that the way that they conduct their life at the end of the day, they're not going to be happy with their life. Like, okay, someone did go and have children before they got married.
Right.
Okay. But who's to say they're not going to end up being happier than someone who never ended up having kids at all and never got married?
Well, that's the
Everybody's life
same
is
thing that my
different.
family said about me. I had a child when I was 19, and
Hmm.
everybody said she's not going to graduate from high school. I graduated from high school. Then they said, oh, she's never going to do anything. But I went on to go to college. I was pre-med for like 6 years, and then I switched over to business. And then it ultimately became a truck driver and got married, by the way. So
Right.
people don't know what a person is going to do with their life.
Exactly. And I mean, it's not my whole thing is, as long as you're not out here hurting the community, as in committing crimes, so forth and so on, ripping people off, abusing people, as long as you're not going ahead and doing that or being a white supremacist and brown skin, which a lot of us are, if we want to keep it real, as long as you're not doing that, who's to say that you're not a good black person? You're not doing good for the community. A lot of people do good for the community and they don't have money. And they have kids and they never got married. They still do good for the community better than the ones who got married, have money, and are complete assholes to black people.
It, 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 it,
That's just
a
because
lot
you
of
do things a certain way does not necessarily mean that you're a good person. It's more of a well-rounded situation. People need to look at holistically and not just one thing.
Well, it's subjection. It's subjective talking points. What we view as winning and not winning. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, "Well, BMP, your spouse hit the wall because she's picked on weight." I'm like, "Motherfucker, that's my spouse. She bear my children. The fuck?"
And literally everybody hits the wall. I don't
I
understand that point. Hitting the wall means you age. The only way
Right.
not to do that is to die young. Who wants to do that?
we're not
That's a
supposed
dumb
to.
talking point.
We're not supposed to age anymore, y'all.
I'm just saying, like, no one stays 19 forever.
I would be trying to take her to the goddamn CDC if she wasn't changing. I would be like, yo, something's wrong. Like, I
I
need to
mean,
go.
people act like we're horses and we need to be taken to the glue factory after a certain age. Like, come on. It don't make
But
no
Yeah,
sense.
you know, it's all childish. You know, all of these talking points are extremely juvenile.
but
And it really tells me where we are as a group, you know, with this juvenile level of back and forth arguments that we're having. We're arguing over stuff that not even high school kids, that not even white or Hispanic high school kids argue over the juvenile things that we as 40 and 50-year-olds argue about online. It's
And keep
ridiculous.
doing it for years. I mean, like I said, I've been listening since 2014. It's the same conversation. We haven't even moved to like a new level. It's literally the same thing.
well, that's the thing about it. Those who are moving, are because what I'm saying, those who are moving, you're not going to notice them much anymore because they're not talking about what they're not talking the feel good preaching. See, everybody's looking at, oh man, that channel has to be popping. There's a lot of people. See, you're not going. See, you can choose to go to the mega church and hear that salvation of their rhetoric, or you can go down the dirt road to that little church of 8 members and say, "Damn, all right, they're talking about some stuff I actually get." I mean,
Right.
it's not as big as the mega church, but it's what I need. And so you gotta understand. Listen, it's like when we came. It's like the children of Israel when they got out of Egypt. What was the first thing they wanted to do in the first 30 minutes was go back. They're like, no, this is too much. I ain't ready for this kind of stuff. Like, let's go back to Pharaoh. And they're like, oh, so you
Mm.
ain't ready because you ain't ready for to actually just go out there and do it. And I mean, some people are. I've asked, what do you want, man? You want the respect. But why aren't y'all just talking about just going to get jobs, living your life? I promise you, there will be sisters that will see you. But see, you want that ideal hourglass shaped girl from some make believe land. But then later on, we hear the story of how did she get, how did she got me? And I'm like, but you asked for that. You didn't ask for the woman that works the 9 to 5 and she ain't too busy worried about her looks. She just trying to say, yo, I'm just trying to get this check like you. And I can't sit at home. I mean, if me you were making that type of money, maybe I could sit at home and be in that feminine nature to nurture our children in the home. But guess what?
Thank you.
You gotta work. So it is what it is. When I get that time, guess what? I'll clean myself up on the Saturday. I will cook give the kids some dinner. You gotta pick a struggle, baby. Pick a struggle. Right now, I'm a parent. I'm a home parent. I'm a disabled veteran. She's going to school and she's working. Does that mean that I lost my masculinity? No. It just means that
Absolutely
guess
not.
what? There are needs that are needed to be met in the household. That there are levels to this type of training and mentality. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, you can't the conversation you can't have with everyone. Some people get pissed off that some men and women can literally get on panels together and have a copacetic conversation. And then, oh, they must be simps. They must be pick me's. No, we're adults. We're actually
Oh no,
talking.
they get outright angry when they see black men and black women actually getting along and having a intellectual and civil conversation. You can't do that. No, that's taboo. You're gonna get kicked out of the boys club when they find out about it.
That's fine. I don't hang with boys. I talk to men. So I don't have shit to talk about with I don't have something to talk about, the pee dangling club. I'm like, yo, bro, if you ain't talking about how to renovate, how to doggone get some men some jobs, how to help some sisters doggone fill out some FAFSA or some kind of certification or some stuff like that. I don't know what we got to talk about, man. I don't know. If you ain't talking about y'all, I'm seeing now where more people want to be YouTube leaders, but not household and community leaders. Like you can literally go to school
Amen.
and go ahead and you can go to school right now. We need more things where with our schools and our agencies and our community that you can literally be more of an impact than some stranger online that you will possibly never meet. And that boggles my mindset to no end. Like I'm like, yo, bro, y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Y'all did. That's when I knew it's time for me to go back into the desert because I understand this is the talking point over channels that you do, over channels that we don't even control this thing. If that white man in the sky of YouTube says shut it all down, we say we done.
Yeah, like
They are
Trump is doing TikTok right now. Trump said, "Hey, we're gonna shut down TikTok in America." And if they did that to YouTube, a lot of people are gonna be struggling.
they will. Trust me, believe, he just showing flex that literally you don't control it. But I said, you know what you can control? Faye can control when she turn on her lights in her house. I could
Oh yeah.
control. I could control what I want to pick for dinner.
Oh
The
yeah.
the sister on the panel, she can control when she want to put gas in her gas tank. See, those are things you can control that are within your range. Not you can't. But we're seeing where the madness is starting to take these people and how they're starting to crack and break down. And so when I hear about the keep on convoluted, when I had the conversation. I said, if y'all saying only 50% of the men in the hood or wherever city are making these babies, what the hell are the other 50% men doing? What the hell are they doing? You would think y'all by now done conquered Wakanda or built some kind of metropolis or something. What are y'all doing? It's the
I tell you what they doing. They own land complaining about hair wheat.
okay.
And
So
about the other 50% of the men who are getting tail. That's
okay.
the two. That's the two things that's happened. You're
So
sleeping with thugs, and you have weave.
right now let's go to the next debunking level. They're saying like over 70% of black women are single mothers. Now I
That's
have
not
this
even true,
conversation.
though.
That's not true.
Hold on. But see, that's why I said you got to pay attention when they bring out these statistics. But I'm like, how is that possible if the United States government is literally saying the birth rate is at an all-time low across the board?
I
Mind
know.
you,
And then, but when you point it out, then you're being called disrespectful, and it's like, why say something that's so obviously not true if you want to be respected?
I'm I'm running into women that are literally up in their 40s that say I've never had a child. I'm like, what? What? None? Not one? Like that? No, I just never had a child. Like I'm meeting women now that have never had a child, never carried, never. And I'm like, what happened? I was too busy with work. So literally, I'm like, wait. So the people that are having the kids are literally you're just. Look, I'm not sure if people notice that our population of our diaspora has been going down. It hasn't been
Yes.
growing. It's gone from
Mhm.
14 down to less than almost to 12%. So
Yeah.
we're not growing. We're not getting bigger. We're actually diluting down. So whoever's
And we're
saying
shaming the women who actually do have children, which makes no sense. How are
so
you gonna?
We
How are
are
you gonna?
rooting. We are literally rooting for our own genocide. And
Exactly. It's
that's what
like,
I've been saying. I've been banging on this for the longest. We ought to be loving up on these kids. We ought to be supporting these single parents because there's more single parents out here than just mothers. You got grandparents out here who are single grandparents raising their grandkids, and they're not getting support. We need to be giving our people support who are taking on the responsibility of raising our children.
and
But
single
we are too
motherhood is
busy
not even.
shaving.
I'm saying, but single motherhood is not even an American black woman problem. This is a problem across multiple countries, continents, so forth and so on. But to listen to folks they act like we're the only ones doing it, it's like once you really see the truth
There
of the
are
matter,
more single white mothers in this country than there are single black mothers. And I understand that there are more white people. That's the reason.
no,
But it's
there are
really an
more.
epidemic for them than it is for us.
But I'm
but
saying there are more single white mothers than there are black women. Period.
you
We're
got to
not the
understand.
majority, but we're the face of it. But we're not the majority. It's like once you break. I'm talking about France, Germany, Mexico, Jamaica. There's all across the globe practically. This is an
Yeah.
issue. But to listen to folks talk, we're the only ones in the world who do this. If
But
you
see,
go
you
ahead
got
and fix that problem, you'll fix the black community. It's like you're not even seeing the bigger picture. And that's why when that topic comes up, I can't take people seriously when they're not getting that point. And it's been that way for a long time.
well, see that's why I said you can go to the feel good preaching mega church, the feel good mega church channels, or you can go to the small down the dirt road like we're here right now channel and have the talk. And see, when you have the talk, there's only going to be so many in the goddamn. See, there's going to be many are going to be called, but only few are going to answer. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to say these Negroes no more. I understand you like oblivion. So I'm not. I said, well, you know what? If I will work with those who want to work. If there's a
Exactly.
if somebody says, hey, let's talk, and you saw me say, I showed up and I said, hey, come on over here with whatever me, Dana. I invite all y'all to come on over and chill. Where men and women, we could just sit down on the panels and rock and have any conversation, male or female, with any type of mindset, and there's no shaming. If it got to that level, I'd kick everybody out of the chat and we just have it. We'll just go have our own conversation. I'm fine. I'm at peace with myself for now on. Because I'd rather not be counted in the number no more. But I'm like, yo, y'all don't represent me.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
Wait,
represent a lot of the
hold,
women.
hold on a sec. What is going on down here in the chat? Doug is Doug is over here saying that we should start making more babies today who's volunteering, and
Now,
he done
listen,
get somebody down in the chat pregnant. Y'all are
now,
they wilding out in the chat.
now the thing about it, see, now that would be a nice thing. Now let's hit at that because I'm now because we talk about it, and I haven't done the content yet. We have a real thing going on right now with this COVID, and a
Yeah.
lot. Yes, we're still having. Yes, we are having children, like a little bit, but however, a lot of parents are trying to figure out how do I do work but
Right.
still with the child. See that's the problem because the content that the conversation that we got to have is that men want to be providers but are in a strangulation of the economic system to want to be that they can't really provide as they need to. Women want to be maintainers of the home, but literally because of the deficit of the providing that can't really be brought out, they're like, I can't really maintain something that really we can't keep over our head because guess what? Food and lights and everything is so high, so I
But
can't
here's
do
the thing. Wait a minute. But how come? Wait, not to cut you off. But how come we don't just live a minimalist lifestyle? Everybody wants to live the lifestyle of the rich and famous. But why
that.
don't we do like the Chinese? When they come here, they
Because
live a
we're what
minimalist lifestyle.
I'm saying the reason why is because we live in America. We don't live in China. That's the thing that we're not understanding.
Right, right.
America, we're like a culture, we're like a subculture in within a culture that causes tremendous problems. We all want to live like Americans, but at the same time, we don't really have access to the full American dream.
But
So
I'm
we're
just saying
always going to be
you don't have to live like that forever. But
no, no.
like the Chinese, like the Hispanics, they live a minimalist lifestyle. They survive off the bare minimum, stack up until they can live the lifestyle that they want.
I
But we
know. I'm
refuse
saying
to do that.
I'm agreeing with you. That is the best way to do it. But I'm saying African Americans, as long as we've been here, we don't have a separate culture like the Chinese and Hispanics. We basically have white people like, not to be rude. I'm just saying that's kind of what we have. And we don't want to accept the fact that we need to have our own culture and it not be this negative ghetto. I'm going to be the opposite of white people because since I can't be white. And that's kind of what we do, where we downplay education because white people uphold education. And everything that they do, we want to do the opposite. That's not the way to do it. That's our fundamental problem. Until we kind of recognize that within ourselves, we're going to keep spinning our wheels.
One of the biggest things of survival that was beat into us mentally and engraved into us was code switching. Y'all remember, y'all know what that is. Let's not pretend like it is. That's the first time when they teach you how to talk a certain way, act a certain way.
Right,
And
right.
so when you start getting to that level, we also had it where we would, if we saw somebody who was a possible light. Now, most likely the community could gather around that person and we could work together and build. We've done that. It's been proven in history. We've done that. But when we all try to make it, we all get slaughtered off. So what we figured out, we all can't make it at the same time. We have to send little firefly seeds of 3 and 4. Like, listen, we saved up some money, soup, plate. I'm sending my girls. I'm gonna send y'all all on the bus. Y'all gonna go down to the south to your mama's house, and y'all gonna make it. Y'all be fine. I'll pay for the school and everything. But Dad, why can't I stay with y'all? No, because if you stay here, we're much of a bigger target. So in history reflective, we understood that. Guess what? You can only pass so many through without causing an alarm. It amazes me as much as this nation has done so many atrocities, they keep on making us terrorists number one. People can blow a
Yeah.
whole building up. Somehow black people somehow outdo that. People can go
Yeah.
shoot up a Walmart. Somehow black people, we done it. People can shoot up a whole school, do a whole march, death march. We still somehow are at the top. Yet we are the most docile people still raising our hands saying, hands up, don't shoot. And I'm talking about how the hell are we still the most deadliest thing? And we can't even get a goddamn movement for us. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand it. I get it. You'll say the black woman is an angry black woman, but yet y'all like putting her in scandal. You'll say the black man is a savage, but yet you always like trying to make him seem weak or some type of sexualization of butt breaking. And I'm like, God damn, it's like we just gotta always be getting punked just for somebody to prove that guess what? We're not a tolerant threat. Or we always gotta be apologetic. And I'm like, all right, man, I get
But
it.
I'm saying one of the biggest problems that we also have, and I get how we're depicted. That is a problem because we're just being low key brainwashed, to be honest with you, and a lot of us are brainwashed. We have been
Facts.
for decades.
Facts.
But one of the biggest issues that we have is that the biggest ones who are being brainwashed are the top 10% who are supposed to be leading us out of the desert, so called, that we're in. Not so
Stop,
called. We are in a
stop looking for that
cultural
answer.
desert. The
Stop
problem
looking
is
for that
they
answer.
go and they leave and they become the biggest white supremacists there are. So it's kind of like if you went ahead and had Moses, he went ahead and he got the Israelites out of Egypt, and he went ahead and said, you know what, I'm tired. Let's go back to Egypt. That's kind of where we're at right now, where the people who are supposed to be leading us out to our own promised land, they're like, you know what, I had it good in Egypt. I'm gonna go back. I was a prince. I don't know. I don't care about y'all. Y'all figure this out. I'm going back.
So notice we don't technically name our black leaders. They do. They give us our leaders. And,
Bingo.
and then they'll say, "Oh, this is your new leader." I'm like, "Well, damn, what did we elect this person?" Like, hold up, wait, wait.
I don't even know where Barack Obama came from, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you.
I've been talking about who be doing these elections. Like, we're barely get voter suppression. So I don't know who be doing these elections. Hell, half the
I'm
time
saying, but we're also not picking the people. I mean,
we
yeah,
definitely
they pick it, but we used to pick our own people. We don't do that anymore. It's like I don't know how to
No.
get to that point anymore. It's like we almost like, you know what? I want to assimilate. I'm tired. Let's just go ahead and just join the other
there you
side.
go. You just said it right there. At some point, and even I said it myself. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I can't beat them. I'm just gonna play the game and join them.
Yeah,
Because
if you can't beat them, join them. And,
yeah,
that's where a lot of us are right now.
That's what I
yeah.
said. Some of the biggest white supremacists are black people.
So,
If you listen
but
to the way they talk, how we talk about each other, we sound worse than any KKK member ever born.
now let's say some controversial. Now let's look at this. We hear a lot of people say, "Pick yourself up by the bootstrap." We've heard that conversation, but then it also comes back to the Cornish term of women. Why did you take the welfare check? I used to be on that gravy train, but I said, wait a second. If I just told them to pick themselves up by the bootstrap and they need to assimilate to American culture, and the women literally did exactly as told and took the check and took on government contractual jobs as Bell South. They were call-in centers and all kinds of stuff. The black women were going to all these classes in night school. They started going to school and everything, and they started
Yeah.
going up. But the deal was they couldn't have a man. They had to raise the children, but they couldn't have the man. Their man got supplemented by the government. So
Right.
they followed the last order given was assimilate, take the contract, and get you and the kids against women and children first. Now you have it where there's the bitterment of why did y'all take the check? Well, hold up, nigga. You told me to assimilate. That's what my grandma told my granddad. You told me to take the check, Earl. You told me to take the job. Now that the white man ain't gonna never pay you over $8, but they paid me $14. We paid off the house. Why are you bitching and complaining? I got
Yeah.
the goddamn Lincoln. You want it, but your ego's hurt because you didn't do it. I did it. So you don't like it because I can read. You can't read. You don't like it because I can put coats on the kid. I heard that argument. My grandma cried at that man's deathbed saying, I followed you faithfully and you still look at me and I stayed by your funky ass even when you cheated on me.
Right.
And I stayed.
And that's a good illustration because that is an illustration of the black man's resentment towards his woman for doing
So
exactly what she needed to do to survive.
so
And
that was the
that's what we're doing with each other right now. That same conversation that your grandmother had with your grandfather is what we're having right now today.
so how do you get mad? How can I get mad if the order from a lot of Americans, black Americans that made it, was be compliant and assimilate, and that's exactly what they did. So now
I mean,
you
that was the
have,
whole point of the civil rights thing was to basically move black people up to be full Americans. That means assimilating. You can't have that's what I'm saying. We want to have a separate culture within a whole other culture, and then you get mad when the people decide they confused. They don't know which side to pick. So I'm saying, just figure it out. And we're fighting that same battle from the 1960s, and we're not getting anywhere. And I just think that we're not going to get anywhere because it's not a problem that can really be solved the way we want to solve it.
But here's the thing, it could be solved. Black men need to stop being angry with black women for doing what we had to do to survive.
but
You know,
see,
to me
but
it's really simple.
I mean, I agree, but are they gonna? I'm talking about the way they want to solve it, where you want to go ahead and be the alpha dog, the top dog in a country where there already is a top dog and you can't overthrow them. So I don't understand why you just like black women. We're never going to be the standard of beauty in America. So we need to accept our own beauty. We're not
but
going to
Exactly.
overtake white women because we're not white. They're the vast majority.
White
So
men, white men boost their women up. Black men
yeah,
need to boost their women up. The Asian
ex-
men boost their women up. Every man boosts their woman up, except for the
right,
black man.
but
right.
hold on. Now I'm gonna give the pushback on that. Which group of black men are you talking about? Are you talking about the social media black
We're
men?
talking about the ones who are vocal.
Okay,
It's
Right.
fine. I'm saying if it's fine if you're not saying something negative about black women, but if you're not speaking up, the ones who are talking all this cash shit, that's all we hear.
okay.
Right.
So here we go. So in that case, I have to be honest and say, listen, I don't have time to keep on trying to change the mind of men when I'm busy raising boys and little girls and taking care of whatever within like I am to no end. Listen, I've already tried to talk about men. You should try to go build a family. And you know what I heard? Hell no. Financial abortion. Okay. So fuck it. I did that. I did that pony dance for a whole month. So I'm done. I'm not trying this. Just like they keep telling
You know,
y'all.
I think that that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So hold
Financial
on now.
abortion.
But y'all, but see, that's why I said, just like we want y'all women to start going up against the feminazi, whatever type of regime, and I don't even care about them because feminism never stopped me from getting no ass. Uh, it's the same thing. Like I said, when I let other men outside of YouTube hear the rhetoric on YouTube from Black YouTube, they think
I'm saying, but it's not just YouTube. That's the problem now.
no. But see,
It's
see,
it's it's evolved into taking over our culture,
you're going.
Yeah, it has.
But
and
here's the
that's the
thing.
thing.
But here's the thing about it. There are people, vast majority of people, that are still doing. See, the younger generation today, that because we like, you don't control your media. You really don't. If you look at that, I can always count on for them to show something, five negative things before they show that one positive thing of that young couple. And I mind you, you don't go to Black YouTube on Facebook. You'll be surprised how many small YouTube channels of Black couples that are doing videos together, hugging up, kissing, doing kissing challenges, cooking challenges, and all that stuff. I'm like, wait, why are you looking at this sector of YouTube? Oh, right, because we're in the goddamn dysfunctional section. The other section, they don't want no part because they're like, y'all don't want this. So they may not be.
Wait, there's another section?
Yes, there is. I can go take screenshots of the other section of YouTube that I will never allow some of these people to ever get close to. See, there's some other YouTubers, when they finally, I say, yo, y'all do know the shit that y'all talking about. There's other people that are literally doing the exact polar opposite. We're in bizarro land. In functional land, you will see Black men and Black women doing tongue kissing challenges. And they are married. You will see Black couples cooking and rubbing feet and doing all kinds of stuff and mukbangs and all kinds of said stuff, doing things electronics with their
Oh,
children
hold on a second. So black men are actually loving black women on camera?
on camera, got channels, got all kind of said stuff. I got my buddy. He's literally allowing his wife to do her makeup on his face and trying out, hey babe, this is some stuff that you could try for your job interview. And I'm like, dang dog, you that coffee? He said, she's my wife. Why wouldn't I? I'm helping her channel. And I'm like, oh, but see, you'll never give that man. You'll call that kind of man a simp because he's supporting his wife, or you'll call that man a cleanup man because he found a woman that he's supporting through her schooling, where she's going to become a nurse, or you'll call that man a loser because literally he's telling his love story how he found his wife,
Wait,
and it
wait,
literally
hold on, hold on. And nobody's calling these guys simps?
nope, nobody's calling him. Simp. If anything, they're just saying, hey, uh, Tug, you got any more episodes? Yeah, we got some more episodes, but we got to go to work. We got some more episodes, but we just had a baby, so we're kind of busy doing raising our child or doing our show. We got military wives that are doing black military wives. There's a whole section. Go if you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Black YouTube on Facebook. Literally, you'll see videos of females, videos of young guys. They are more positive and more, way more stable than what y'all see in the section of hell on earth that we're in right now. So that's why I'm like, okay, y'all see this. When I want to go hear positivity, I'll go over there.
It's like waking up and discovering that you've been in hell the whole time. In
Yeah,
heaven is somewhere else.
yes. There's actually another section of Black YouTube. They're just not in it. And trust me, if it's too they don't have those videos. They go ahead and put up a video about bashing a certain type of gender. The admins will quickly dismantle it or flag it down, and you will never be allowed back in it. Why? Because they don't allow that type of rhetoric. They don't want that type of talking point. They don't have that point. There's a video of a woman saying that how her husband support their son, even though he is gay. They said, what are we supposed to kill him? We're supposed to beat him? We just have to love him. He's our child. He has support. But I understand that when you say that thing, like, oh my God, like he's gay. They clearly they failed him or he was raped. They're like, no, we things happen in life. This is part of the world now. I have to still love my child regardless. And but yet when we have it where black people will call these people and shame this type of family, I'm like, see, and that's the problem. You
I'm
run
saying,
off.
but they also need to be promoted. I don't know. We need to come up with a nice positive hashtag so we can type it in and we can see that kind of stuff. Because I don't know. Like Faith said, we are in a YouTube algorithm hell where honestly, if when you pull up, all you see is some BS. I don't
Yeah.
So
even know how I got here, but I'm here now. I don't know how to get out. So I just end up leaving
I
the section altogether because I don't see a positive section over here. I ain't gonna lie.
so you see, I like I said, I promise y'all, if y'all got a Facebook page, go look up Black YouTube. It's literally there on Facebook. Literally, they
But
actually
that's
put
okay.
they all they
But
do
I'm
is
saying, are
comedy
they on
videos.
YouTube or are they on Facebook?
They're all well,
Right.
they post their videos on doggone Facebook, but they're on YouTube. They're just not in. Let me show you how the algorithm works. The algorithm of YouTube works like this. Depending on the channels that you affiliate with or you keep visiting, that's what YouTube will keep giving you. So, because there are so many shadow banned channels, and literally the rhetoric and of rhetoric that they keep speaking, and we keep on entertaining, going to them, fighting each other, and all that stuff. Guess what they just do? Let's just corral them all together. There they go. Now we got them nicely in the Ziploc bag. So the rest of y'all, go ahead and live your lives. Let them
But I'm
live
saying,
their
how do
life.
you? My point is, how the hell you get out of it?
Oh, see that's hard. That's harder to do
That's what I'm
because
saying. Like, I
that
don't know
means
how I got down this hole, but damn it, can I get out?
Right. I want out too.
I mean, you don't. You nowadays. I mean, literally, you're not following these people. It just shows up. You like you refresh your homepage, and it's like a whole slew of more nonsense. It's like,
I,
damn.
I, Girl, yes,
Like
I literally
that's what I'm,
woke up. I did not know who Kevin Samuels was, but I woke up one day and he was in my mentions on YouTube. I'm
yeah.
like, who is this? I
That's
clicked
what I'm
on
like.
there, and
Can you please
yeah,
throw me down a
yes,
ladder, a rope, something? I want to get out of this. Please, somebody
exactly
help
like
me get out of this.
Doug just even said. Yes, there are many sectors of Black YouTube. You're just in hell. That's just the thing about it.
Well,
That's the thing about it. Like,
okay.
so the thing about
what did I do to deserve this? I'm a good
That's what
person.
I'm saying.
it,
I don't even know how I got down here, but damn it, somebody get me out.
so like I said, you can. It is possible. I'm like some like
How is what I'm saying. How?
you
Where
have
are
to.
the channels? That's what I'm saying. Where are they? I don't see them. I
I'll
don't know
start.
what to type. What's the hashtag? What's the search thing? What? A name of a channel, something.
I will send them to you. I promise you. I will
Yeah,
send them.
yeah, we need the gateway to heaven, okay? Because this is hell.
Well,
Yeah.
but the thing about it is, one of the things that we have to stop doing, that I myself even started getting away from. This is why, shout out to my brother Screen Learning, is you have to revamp yourself where you stay away from, it's hard to stay away from them talking points and them rhetoric, because you're going to want to do a rebuttal. And when you do a rebuttal, guess what? I got you. It's like, I
I
got you.
know.
Because
Exactly. It's like I
now,
follow another black woman, even though they're like a counterpoint to the negative thing. So I follow them. I'm like a mod on their channel. And same thing with Faith. So because I follow them, I get all the other BS.
and
And it's
so,
kind of like I want something positive black, but all
Sorry,
the
sis.
other nonsense comes with. I'm just saying all the other nonsense comes with it. So it's like I almost have to leave the whole black section to leave it behind, which I don't really want to do. But it's like, damn, like, like that's what I'm saying. Where can we go to like, kind of get out of it? We can see a little bit of positivity. Like, what's the name of these channels that we can search so we
I'm
can
on my phone.
clean our timeline?
Let me go over to my computer and I'll actually show y'all their channels. And literally, y'all be like, "Wait, this is what they do." Like,
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what we need.
hang on, let me go do this. Y'all can go ahead and talk. Let me go and get the rest for y'all.
Okay. Because I mean,
Yeah,
I follow like
I
some
am
black hair.
shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I follow like black one with the hair care thing. I follow that, and I
I
follow
do
some other
too.
stuff. But I'm saying, as far as the other stuff, I don't see it. I never see positive black couples
Yeah,
ever.
because when he said the guy was letting his wife put the makeup on and they was kissing, and I've
Yeah,
never seen black men and women getting along on
not
public
a
media. No,
not a one.
that oh wow. You know what? We are in YouTube hell.
We really,
Look,
and it's
Miss J,
it's
we
Groundhog Day
we
too.
did something to get here. You know,
Um,
we maybe we
and
getting
I
some
don't,
redemption.
and I don't. But I'm saying, but I don't know how I fell down this rabbit hole because I wasn't searching for it. It just something caught my attention, probably like some title. I clicked on it, watched it, and it's like I've been down here ever since.
Look at Soup Bone. He ain't nothing but the devil's minion. There's no hiding place. We will find you and debate you issue.
Listen, but I'm saying I've gotten to the point now. I've heard it so much that it's like I'm almost dead inside to it. It's like you get to the point where you can't take anymore. You just really don't care, and you're just like, you know what? If we go down, we go down. You almost like you lose hope, and you're just like, we're never gonna get out of this. So fuck it. That's like I'm to that point now. I
Miss
think they
J,
called it.
last week I took 7 days off from YouTube. That's how bad it be getting for me. I'm like, I have
Yeah,
got to have a vacation from this.
exactly. Because they be and you be trying to like, I'm gonna stay calm, I'm gonna stay rational, I'm not gonna get mad. And that one person says the magic combination of words, and next thing you know, you totally, I don't know whether you in character or you out of character, but you be out there acting a fool. I've been there and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go there because I know how I'm gonna react. And I can't stand myself afterwards. But it's like you just get so like I don't know whether it's impassioned or angry or pissed or whatever it is, but you almost like, I can't believe I just heard this Negro say this. Like
Yeah,
I
you
heard
know,
someone
but
say
hey,
that black,
BMT is like Moses. He gonna take us to the
yeah,
promised
that's
land.
what I'm talking about. I heard one person say that black women, the slavery wasn't that bad for black women. Honey,
Yeah,
why did that
drop the
happen?
link in the chat so I can join up again on and get back up on there. So I can get on there on my computer. Drop the link for me. I'm gonna come
Oh,
back up.
sure, no
Okay.
problem.
And
Here
it's
we
one of
go.
the reasons why there's some channels I had to stop watching because I have to admit I was petty and mad for a while, what they call the red pill rage. And there are some black women I used to follow where I have to admit it was wrong for me to follow them, but they made me feel better because they were crazy and they would say all sorts of crazy stuff, and I enjoyed watching them say it because I felt like somebody was finally fighting back. Then I kind of realized, what am I doing? I'm
Yeah,
not really helping the
same thing.
situation. Yeah, I'm
Same
not
thing
helping the
here.
situation. We out here looking dumb in front of everybody, fighting over stupid stuff. So I had to literally stop myself from watching them. And that helped me with my mentality be better. Because, honey, there's a woman on here called, she's no longer on here, but she used to be called Egypt Ann. The
I
th- I,
remember her.
honey, the things she would say, I look back now and I have to cringe because it was just really,
Wasn't she the one that started the whole abort black male babies?
honey. I mean, some things now that were said that I have to admit were just really beyond the pale. But at the time, I was so mad because I was watching these other people say these really horrible things about black women. So I was like, finally, someone's, and it's just, and I was just like, you know what? I have to stop doing this to myself. And
Soup
I
bone,
had to stop.
soup
Go
bone,
ahead.
you ain't nothing but the devil. Look at him. It's okay to take a break. Just know it will still be here waiting for you.
I'm not. But I'm saying, but seriously, I had to really stop because I was really becoming hateful. I really was becoming hateful. I can admit that I really was, and I was almost like becoming like brainwashing a cult almost, where I was doing it against my own people, thinking somehow, I was doing good and I wasn't, and it's just like so I had to stop, and I had to really just realize, you know what, I don't know these people. I have to like really be a bigger person, not do it. But now I'm kind of like caught between two worlds, and so it's like I don't know what to do anymore. Almost, I almost kind of gave up. So that's why I need some positivity. I need to see some black people, like
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I started watching this one channel on BET. I think it's called Ready for Love. And I
hmm
think nephew Tommy hosts the show, but it's couples, black couples. All of them are black couples, and they're in their 30s and 40s. But
mhm.
he's matching them and trying to get them together. And I
But are
love
they
that
actually
because
are they
hmm,
positive though? Is it
it's
positive?
it,
Because
it
this
is positive. It is positive.
okay.
Now
Because I'm saying I
there's an
can't.
element of drama, but of
Are
course, with
y'all
all of
Yeah,
them there is.
okay? So y'all guys ready? I will show
yeah.
y'all
Oh
everything
yes.
y'all. Okay, so here we go. So I got it on share screen, and this right here, I'm gonna show y'all just 2 pages of stuff that I'm connected to. So when I want to get away from Ignorantville, I go over to my black YouTubers, and also I talk to a lot of my fans. Because people are like, BMT, how do you have so many subscribers? Because I got a lot of fans over in black YouTube where I can get away from y'all. And you see, black YouTubers and fans connect, support, and subscribe. And literally here we have it where some people talk about political justice, where I actually talk to people who are actually doing politics. Black Fathers Matter project. Look at that. See, you
Ooh,
see it right there, ladies.
Black fathers matter.
Matter.
Okay.
Yep, that's a whole. Let me click on that right there for y'all. But I want y'all to say that there are Black Fathers Matter. Black Fathers. Let's uplift them.
That's the name of the channel.
Bright Eye Baby.
Okay.
And
Bright
That's
literally
not me. I
eyed.
need to.
that look at that. That is oh, what do you know? That is a pregnant woman with her husband and a child, and she's doing a video talking about how the fathers in her life matter. And literally, let's look at the videos. See, y'all,
What's
I
the
told
name of the
y'all,
channel? I'm saying,
bright,
what's the name of the
Bright
channel on
eyed
YouTube?
baby.
bright eye baby.
On YouTube?
Yep, this is YouTube.
Okay.
And you know,
Oh, wait a
again, the
minute. Then we're not seeing it. Your screen is not shared.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see what you're.
no, hit click on me, and you can see it. You can see it. Click on when you see how I hit share screen. Click on that screen, and then it'll be able to get shared.
Okay, hold on.
I'm on my phone, so I don't
Who
see what y'all.
Okay, who's the person that
I don't
Okay,
see what y'all see.
okay, you see.
okay, I
Okay,
see it now. Hold on. Let me add. Let me hit. Do I have to add to screen? Okay, here we go.
okay, you
Oh,
clicked it. Okay. Now, y'all, when I want to get away from YouTube, when I want to actually de-escalate, and this is a place where I go to refresh myself. Y'all see this right here? Black YouTubers, not no any pills, no spears, no nothing. Black YouTubers and our fans, we connect and we support and we subscribe to each other. Literally, we have it where we talk about political justice, where we are talking about how we wanted to protest. and actually support each other in different states. We literally have it where some people even put their videos down of their channels on information on what we could talk about. This is how I get a lot of my research from each other. We also have it where, shout out to the, some of the sisters, Black Fathers Matter. Now, you would think this would be something a man would make. No. Nope. This was made by a sister. She only has 133 subscribers. I told y'all.
Black Fathers Matter. Okay.
And literally, she said, and literally, this is, and if y'all want to see a picture of her, that's her with child. That's her with a baby and her man. And literally, she is going over why she believes Black fathers matter, why family matters. Literally, she has videos of her and her baby and her being a wife. You see the child. Like
okay, now so far I have Black Father Matter Project. I have Bright Eyed Baby. I have Black Fathers Matter. And then what else am I missing?
Okay. So if you go to Bright Eyed Baby, that's one channel. Let's keep on going. We'll keep on going, finding some more channels. I'm looking for 50 more for my channel. Oh, we got another person. They dropped another video. YouTube quarantine with the kids. Huh?
Ooh,
so wait. So wait. Where are all these people at? Movie reviews, motherhood, and lifestyle. Now, this is literally a woman with her children. She is called let me make sure I click on her channel, but I know some people want some refresh. Dental Mo, I don't know how to say that whole again. I don't know. Dental Mo Stein Alive. I don't know how to say that, but she only has so many subscribers. She sounds like she's doing pretty good, growing. She has videos with her and her children, as well as going over Netflix. She goes over movies, reviews, flowers, everything. She, again, separated from Black YouTube, woman talking about stuff, actually talk about being a mother. She goes over stuff with her children.
So Dante, or DANT.
Do you want me drop the link to her channel? Look at it. She has a grandmother.
Drop the link.
Yes, drop
and her children. Okay, lady.
Oh, that looks so positive. I like this.
But these people. See, I told y'all. Sometimes I'm giving y'all a piece of Eden where I try to keep a lot of people from, because.
And you know what they would call her a baby, what they call a bastard baby maker. Yeah.
Mind you, she's with her daughters. Yep. She's with her daughters and her mother. The children are natural. The children are happy. She's positive.
Nobody's twerking like they say all Black women do.
But see, these types of things, and let me make sure I throw that in the back chat. I'm gonna throw this in our back chat for us, y'all. Let me go back to that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead
and all of these channels that you're giving me, I'm going to post this down on the info panel when this is over.
Okay. So
yeah, because I'm looking and she has such low views. Right?
You gotta understand.
That's what I'm saying. We need to promote it so that more people can watch it and change this nonsense.
Now you got another one, Figment European. She talks about these are all Black channels. This woman, she talks about yoga. She talks about how to do yoga for beginners.
Oh, what's her channel again? I'm sorry.
Mat. I bought a yoga mat, but I don't know how to do yoga.
Oh, yes.
Feminine FEMME and space YOGI. That's Yogi Premier, which is PRENEUR. She goes over how to make African casseroles. She goes over how to doggone make a seafood boil at home that is healthy for your diet.
I know how to do seafood boils. Those are good.
So she also does yoga. Now, notice.
I just subbed to her. That is awesome.
According to a lot of people, these people are losing because they're not talking about what? Negativity. They're not talking about drama. They're not talking about BS. And you see, I would rather watch these people.
Right.
Even she has a video right here of chair yoga. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Oh, and she not on her channel talking about her no good baby daddy.
And that's why they don't have that many views. But this is what we need to be looking
Yeah.
at for real.
Now, so when you have it where you got a sister who's literally right there, comfortable in her own skin, comfortable in her own complexion, literally is going right. You see, why is it that these videos don't get play? Why don't these videos get
Because
no
we
type of
don't
play?
know about them.
Yeah,
But
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know
talking
about
about.
this.
I would have loved to be watching this all these years of the nonsense I've been watching.
now,
I am getting out of this YouTube hell today.
I'm telling you, thank you
now,
so much for letting me know.
Now it's no problem. See, I don't mind helping and look, and she's showing you how to do stretches. If you were sitting at work and you can't get around, or you just at home and you can't go outside, she's going over how to do that hip opener. She's doing all of that. And see, the thing about it is, we have people who do want to actually showcase that. Hey, you don't have to participate. Again, we all can have the ability to leave the look at it. She even names seated leg lift stretch.
See, I'm about to start calling you Black Moses because
Oh,
you have led me out the desert.
I
Thank you.
need that seated leg.
Oh,
What's she doing? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go to her channel and watch the video.
listen,
I'll
I've
just get
already subbed. I've already subbed. I'm
so
telling you, I'm going through her timeline. She looks so much good stuff in here.
you have it where people are trying to do stuff all the time, ladies. Where do it yourself, 2-way, produce organic avocado. They got the chair yogas. People that are talking about medical stuff for healthy drinking water. They got it where they ask. We got people that network. People ask us for different views and stuff. Lifestyle category, beauty, makeup, try on hauls, tutorials. Like I said, I know a lot of people like to think that there are people wasting their time talking about negativity, but that's not even the case. We have it where right here, a group of men are going around and looking for racial people online that are harassing people, and they literally have been catching them. They've been catching
Wow.
them.
What
But
channel is this?
this brother right here, let's go on to this one. This would be Scotline. I gotta go pull up his channel. I gotta put it's this is season how to catch a racist season 1 even for the Bible of racism. So I gotta go find his thing. I don't think he put out his video on YouTube yet. But
But
that's
I'm trying to
Scott
stay away
Franks.
from racism for right now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go find
I'm
you
a little,
somebody else. Here you
yeah,
go.
I'm a little
Boom.
bit too racismed out.
So you have it right here. A young couple, they made a video. They make their little video sketches of everything. They make their little video sketches of everything. Of disgusting skin prank on my fiance. Oh, what do you know? A young man and a young woman, they are married. They are getting married. 2020 pranks. Like I said, 376 views, 40 likes. Literally, a man having fun with his fiance.
What's the name
Literally,
of?
Wow.
Can you tell
And
me
they
again?
look so happy. Oh my goodness.
Ferguson.
Can you tell me the name of the group on Facebook again
Okay. The
that
name of
you're looking at?
you're looking at Black YouTubers and Fans Connect. Support and subscribe. So literally, you
Okay,
can get a whole plethora of channels that
right. I mean, I
literally
hate
are.
Facebook, but I'm gonna try to follow
You
them.
only thing you
Yes.
doing is going there to get what you need for all of that. You can get it
Right.
where you have family.
Bye, bitches. I'm out.
You'll be back. You'll be back. Uh, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of stuff, like I said, you have it where they have couples. You have it. Let's see. Um, you just got it where people are just trying to have fun. You just got it where people crying hot noodle challenge where people are trying out different foods. People are traveling. People how to be better you during COVID-19. I mean, there's been people all this whole time that have literally been doing nothing but positivity and actually been supporting each other.
Now,
Men
one
and
thing I
women.
do follow a lot is the Black travel section on YouTube. I like that. I don't really see too many families. It's mostly like
Oh no! Oh,
people
I
just
gotta go find. I
traveling.
gotta go find that channel. There is now.
for a lot of y'all, I'm going to give y'all a list for homework to go look up. Black YouTubers, Black YouTube family. There you go. We also
Mm.
have, I took y'all to this one right here. We also have Black YouTubers Connect, Black YouTubers Connect public links. So we can go to, let's click on family. Again, there are different sections of YouTube. The thing about it is you're just not in them. If they wanted
I
you to
I'm
be in
saying
them,
I found like the financial ones. I found the black
mhm.
hair one, but I was saying I just didn't see the black like couples, like the black relationship ones. That's the ones that I was missing. I don't see those, but I see like the travel ones I follow. The like I said, the hair care. One of the ones that does the cooking, I found that one. I just haven't found like, black families. I just haven't seen that.
So there's a lot of people that are
Yeah.
definitely, again,
But one, can
um,
you also, if possible, can you suggest to those people, and I know because you're in that group, that if they can come together and find like a hashtag and that they put it in their tags in YouTube so that when you type it in, you can find it easily. 'Cause like I said, a lot of
Right.
people aren't on Facebook, so they don't know about
you
this.
know, and that's true. And I possibly can talk to someone about that. One of the scariest things that I always worried about, and you know, and being honest, was always having the people from some of the people um
I know what you
from these
mean.
areas
I know
start to spill over to them.
exactly.
Because
And
as you see over there, that's
right,
my garden of peace. Because I
I know.
know, you know what
And
I'm
I
saying? And
get it. I
you know
get
what I'm
I get what
saying?
you're saying. I get what you're saying. I do.
Like,
I do. And
right,
you're right.
I don't want hell to be introduced to heaven, and
Exactly.
where they don't they want views, but
Right.
I don't want it to where a mother's doing a daughter's hair and literally, well, where's the daddy at? And then they're not on that side. They're
Right.
Yeah.
there to do to their
Yeah.
daughter's hair,
I
or
I get it.
a brother,
No.
he's comfortable with hugging up on his woman, and maybe she might be
Right.
extra curvy. Well, dang, you want that? Like, that's the
Right.
thing about it, about these type of subjective talking points, because outside of there,
Right.
they are living their life and they're happy. Those people are
Right.
Right.
happy.
Right.
When
You're
I
right.
come over here, people are just miserable. People are always in some type of agenda. Why are they always mad? And I'm like, I don't have no energy for that. I
But
just
I
don't
Right.
have.
really I don't see that in the real world. Just the other day, I was parked in California doing my 30-minute break, and I saw a black man with his wife. They were in their 50s. They were
Mhm,
both dressed up in matching, workout outfits, walking down the street, getting their workout on. I
mhm.
don't see this negativity in real life. I really don't.
And that's the thing about it. Some people just want to they just want to actually just build, and they just want to build and have, what I'm saying, have an organic build. And yeah, I've had a conference with some of them where I've told them, I said, you know what, they were like, well, BMT, how did we want to come over to your side and jump up. And I don't know. Ooh, this one was really good. Melanated mommies. That was actually, this is
Ooh.
actually called, yeah, this is, I'm gonna drop this channel for y'all. Melanated mommies. Um, but like I said, there are people that are trying. There are people
Mhm.
that are trying to actually, um, actually try to make something. But you got to understand, some people are going to predestinedly judge them or judge who they are and say, well, if
Right.
your life ain't up to par to
Right.
what I am or what I view it as, then you're
Right.
a devil. You're a devil or demon. And see, I don't find that fair.
I agree, and you don't. That's the
Right.
last thing you want to do is have that over there. Because I mean, damn, it's once you get stuck,
You know what? I think that
it-
Mahogany Root said it best. She said right when we first started, hey, we judge each other too harshly as a
yeah.
group.
Hmm.
Because other groups of people, I see them supporting all their people, even their
Right.
degenerates.
Hmm. you got to we got to like I said, y'all. Um, like I said, I support brothers and also support a lot of females and sisters and stuff. And I tell them that, hey, y'all, like that's why I work so hard to start changing up my talking points and my stances on things, so that way, I know how I want to be viewed, or how I want to be perceived. Um,
Hmm.
and you know what? A lot of people don't represent me. That's why I said I can speak affirmatively. You know what I'm saying about what I do. I can like I told one I told one brother, you can't dox me. I dox myself. I live in the light. So because I can show you my lifestyle, how I live. Oh, there got to be something. No, I talk about my goods and my bads. So that way, the next brother or sister that come behind me, they don't make those mistakes. So that way, they can have a better shot than me. I don't mind that. But when you're trying to get this type of clout of something that you're not, or you're just trying to preach that, hey, they're failing to try to make the reason why you're doing so well so relevant, that's a problem. That's a problem. And we don't have enough of people trying to sit down and actually just support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I support Dana. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dana do work together. I sit down with Robbie. I sit down with Information Man. I sit down with a lot of people in D Darrell. I sit down with a lot of content creators. We're forming our own networks. Robbie, Fluffy. I have my own team. So I don't really need people on my panel. I have my own team, and I want it to where I can have other content creators. We can sit down and build as men and women. It's 2020, y'all. We far past that. I want to be able to brag off and show about Faith and the other sister and all of y'all. I want to brag y'all off and show y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I also tell people, like, listen, what we're gonna do, we have to let go of the old man. We got to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? I can't change what happened back then in the crack era. None of us can, but we do have
Right.
today. You know.
True.
Right.
True.
But I just want to
Well,
give y'all ladies those channels. I want to give y'all those ladies those channels. That way, y'all have them in the back chat. Whichever y'all do with them, that's gonna be on y'all. I gave y'all the keys how to get out of Egypt. That was the keys.
Right. But you're in a closed group on Facebook, so do they accept people? Because I put in a
Yes, they do.
request.
Yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do.
okay.
They're very
And
accepting.
I'm going to send one too. I'm Bonita Applebaum. If you see me.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, they'll definitely accept you. Like I said, if y'all just check out them channels I sent y'all. If y'all want
Mhm.
something refreshing, because the more you start visiting into those channels, um, and like I said, if y'all need me to, I'll send y'all more channels. I'll keep sending y'all more channels of other people
Yeah.
that are literally trying to change up on stuff or anything y'all want to talk about or go over. Um,
Yeah, I definitely need that. Like I said, I filed the black hair one. I don't need any more black hair. But the other ones I definitely need because, yeah. So thank you so much for this because I was looking for a way out and you definitely did it.
no
Yes,
problem.
out the Black Moses of Black YouTube.
That's exactly.
Well, I'm glad I could give y'all some good positivity to actually look at and just let y'all know that there are people out there. There are men and women out there that are doing the content. But as you saw their views and their subscribers, they
Hmm.
ain't they don't get that kind of play.
At
The
all.
negative responses will get the play, not the
Right.
not the good ones. You
But
know
I'm
what I'm
saying
saying?
seems like you have to play the YouTube
Uh-uh.
game where you put a sensational title in there or you
Uh-huh.
tag it so that they'll show up in the algorithm. And if you don't do that, you're just out there in the wind and no one even knows you're there, even if they want to see you. So,
You gotta
this kind
you
of
gotta put
stuff
it
where we promote each other like that definitely, I mean, like I said, we need to be promoting people on YouTube because not everybody's on Facebook.
right. You
So,
like I said, put in y'all doggone titles. How to not put your baby daddy on child support. how
Yeah,
to be submissive. You got to put in certain keywords that people like to hear,
exactly,
and
exactly, and it
you
shows up.
watch it. People will show up. Like they'll show up for that.
Yeah,
They'll show up.
it'll show up on their timeline even if you don't want it to. Like you don't necessarily have to search for those keywords anymore. You do it once or twice, and they put it there automatically. And next thing you know, like you say, you get stuck. So I just need to find out what the new one is, so I can get stuck somewhere else. That's what I'm trying to say.
You trying to get stuck in a whole nother ladder?
Yeah, I'm saying because I get the one about black hair because I was looking for natural hair, different hairstyles. So I get those channels all the time. I get like financial stuff. I get like some gardening stuff. I get that, but it's like that's kind of all I get. So I was looking for some other stuff. So thank you for this, and this is gonna help me a lot.
No problem, ladies. All right, I'll let y'all go. I'll see y'all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Who else is up here? I think Faith had to temporarily drop off. Does anybody else want to join? 'Cause I don't really have anything else to say besides. Why doesn't someone who's never been up here actually come up and say something?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. My phone battery died. I'm literally like at 1%. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. We all been there.
Well, you know what, Miss J, thank you so much for coming up here. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream because I don't know how much battery life I've got or if this charger is gonna maintain this.
Okay, no problem. Well, till we meet again. Okay.
Absolutely, and please do come back again because I really
Oh,
enjoyed this conversation.
I definitely will. Thanks for having it.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right, everyone. All right, I better get my behind off of here, but I want to go ahead and end the stream properly. I just want to thank everybody for coming in and viewing. Thank you to all the guests. Let's see, I had Miss J on, I had Perfectibliss, and I had BMT join the screens. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for the super chats, and also the cash apps are also appreciated. Um, Oh shoot. La, 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 la. God damn it. Wow, I'm back, y'all. Guess I got to do the quick Russell Simmons even ending. Thank y'all for coming out. Peace.